Alrighty then, let's see. Oh, well, I hear my own voice now, so let me turn off the stream. Stream's working at least. That's... Sorry up everybody, you got a bit of echo there again, but that's the lame way I check for sound coming okay across, so we're good to go apparently. Yay, welcome everybody, hooray! This is your pal Minsk. Today we are playing Super Robot Wars 30, the latest Super Robot Wars, which, against all impossible odds, got a Western release worldwide over Steam. I don't know how it happened. Been wondering it for a while now. So, yeah. I'm a little bit ahead in the game for those tuning in for the first time. This is 2 missions into the game, so we're gonna begin with doing a bunch of like the intermission stuff here. Taking a sip of water there. Sorry, everyone. Yeah. Okie dokie. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, the original first part of this game I recorded just as an episode on my YouTube channel for celebration of New Year's. I always try to have like a... Well, not always, it's been only a couple of years now, but I've made a habit of trying to have a fun, like, random game on New Year's Eve as a kind of a capper of the year, if you will. So it was Super Robot Wars this time, and I liked the game so much, I was like, I want to keep playing it. I feel like as a strategy RPG with a bunch of little finicky stuff in it, I felt like this would work better as a stream that I would do semi-regularly than as a Let's Play series. So that's what we're doing here now. So for those tuning in to watch this, thank you, welcome. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope the game's as awesome for you guys as it is for me so far. Let's get to work with upgrading our team real quick here. First, we're going to start with some AOS updates. I was thinking of... Let's look at now, so... Quick refresher, these are different parts we can upgrade on our capital ship, the Dreischträger. There's a lot of different aspects you can level up on the ship and its effects on the game. But the thing was that once you hit level... I think 6, you need to actually have a certain level of AOS research in the lab. So I'm wondering if I should start investing early in that already. Let's take a look. AOS research needs to be up to level 5, right? Unlock 7th level. Oh, sorry, it's level 3. Unlock 6th level. I think we could already, like, kind of aim for this. What is the first benefit? Ooh, plus 100 MXP at the end of each mission. Oh, well, that'll actually pay off then, because that'll actually help us get faster to... Yeah, actually, yeah. I guess we'll do an early investment into this then. Try to make a beeline for these, at least this level 6 one. And then we can think about what else we'll be buying on the Dreischträger, but yeah. Let's put a little bit of points into AOS research to begin with. Hey, thanks. Updates have been applied to AOS research. This will help us squeeze more out of the AOS. Fantastic. But that ate up a lot of points, so we're not going to be getting the next tier yet. Maybe next mission. I don't remember how much... I guess you get a fair bit per mission, because I used up all my AOS points on the couple I bought last time, I'm pretty sure, and we got enough for a new one this time, so, yeah. Alright, there you can see my best units. Our main hero, Oz, is number 1. Coney is surprisingly number 2 of the Shrike team. I'm a little surprised by that one. I guess, yeah, quick recap of how, for people tuning in for the first time, what happened in this game. The Earth is 10 years after the great big old huge amount of crazy super robot wars that happened. It's been 10 years from that. Things haven't gotten greater. The Zanskare Empire is threatening Earth in space, a former colony system now out to menace Earth, apparently, fighting for brutal war of independence. It's not great. And there's some stuff going on Earth too, but I don't remember what that was. It's something bad too. Anyway, a group of military cadets are forced to deploy in this crazy awesome battleship, the Dreisträger, to lead an independent unit of robots to basically defend the Earth sphere against the Zanskar Empire and other threats. Mysterious vagabond Az happens to stumble upon a abandoned crazy cool robot called the Hückebein 30. Or, I don't know, again, because it's supposed to be like kind of Germanish with Hückebein. I don't know, it's like Hückebein 30, maybe? But I'm going with Hückebein 30 for now. And decides to become the pilot. Cool. We also link up with the Ligue Militaire, another independent unit fighting the Zanskar Empire, when we rendezvous with the young Uso Evin, pilot of the Vig-Gundam. After picking Uso up, we head to the second mission, which is to link up with the rest of the Ligue Militaire. So we meet up with Uso's allies, Marbet and the Shrike team, who are now also on our team because the crew of the Dreisträger and the Ligue Militaire agree that we should work together to oppose the immediate threat of the Zanskar Empire. Alright, that's about it, yeah. Oh yes, also Uso's childhood friend Shakti was a stowaway on the Ligue Militaire ship that we rescued earlier, but she was basically vented out into space, thankfully in a spacesuit. Her and a couple of other stowaway kids. We don't know what happened to them. The folks are clinging somewhat naively to the idea that perchance she's still alive somewhere, but we'll have to see how that goes. So let's get to leveling up. Now, let's see. Already, okay, you can already see the costs are a little different per blip. So sight and energy cost a little bit less than the other two blips. So let's put some points in there first. Another quick reminder for everybody, once you hit 5 blips in all of these 5 categories here, you unlock a certain special perk unique to the robot that you're leveling up. So that's why I'm trying to level everything up evenly at this point. We can worry about, once we get past the first 5, we can worry about like specializing on what the robot's good at. Yeah. Dreisträger, I guess the same deal. Yeah, costs I believe are pretty much the same. Alright, now we have a new unit here. I'm just gonna splurge here to beef up, like get those beginning points on all of these guys for the Shrike team and Marbet. For Uso, I'll put a point here again in sight. Yeah, we still have plenty of money, but I think I'll let that be. Again, we're probably going to be getting... I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to be getting more units fairly soon. So I'll just keep that money in the pocket for next time. Let's go quickly to the skill program as well. We could make some skills for our heroes here. Well, I'm thinking one thing I could do is for Uso, we make just a real quick... Where is it? Accuracy up. After last episode, we had a bit of a struggle against Chronicle Asher and tried to kill him. I tried to get it with Uso because that was a secret requirement, but I failed to do it. And I realized afterwards I could have actually used a supporter action to give Uso the bullseye ability, which is 100% accuracy. That was a screw-up on my part for sure. We don't have any of these, do we? No, we don't. Okay. I'm wondering, should I give this to Uso, or should I actually, you know, buy something for the other new members we have here, like... I don't know. Ooh, we could get support... let's just at least do this. Let's get support attack for Mitsuba. And how do I use this? Oh, I just go, okay, here. There we go. Yeah, I think the Dreisträger should be able to provide some support attack. That seems pretty good. We'll just get that for now. Ooh, we already have enhance attack. Very cool. Oh, I know what I should get for both Uso and Marbet. Their weapons cost a lot of energy, so I'm gonna buy Save E for both of them. Because the V-Gundam that they pilot thought was a little costly. So we'll do that, and now we're a little low on those points. I wonder I don't know if Junko and Koni are going to be a huge part of my army in the future, so I'm not sure if I should be leveling up them with abilities right now. I might sit on those points again, you know, but maybe I could get something for Oz. Like, maybe just a simple... Ooh, I don't know. What was the stats on the... What was the Hukebine's attack weapon info? Seems, Seems quite melee-oriented at the moment. Those symbols on the left indicated whether they were... those fist and crosshair symbols indicated whether they were melee or ranged attack. The Hukebine so far has a bunch of melee moves here. So I wonder if I should buy close quarters upgrade for Oz. Maybe... Let's just do that, kind of... And that's all our points, apparently, but we'll manage, we'll manage. Oh, I gave her an accuracy up last time. Oh gosh, you can see over there on the right of those charts there, you can see what points have been invested into the character already. And I've already put 5 points into her accuracy. I had forgotten about that. Well, it's the main character, so we might as well invest in her. Now, let's see. Formation, we get to look at supporters. We're rocking these. Yeah, here you see, activates the Bullseye Spirit. That would have helped with that Chronicle Lasher situation. But he screwed up. Oh, cool, we have this already. A sign. We can change who pilots what robot if we really wanted, you know. Just for reference, this isn't going to be like every robot we're going to be able to switch anybody with anybody. That's not how Super Robot Wars works. But a lot of these like Gundam series and similar series where the pilots in canon would pilot a bunch of different robots, you can kind of swap around who pilots what. I don't really think we should do that at the moment. But did we get any... power parts last time? We have gotten a booster and a propellant tank. Let's put the propellant tank on the Dreischträger. So what this is once per map you can restore 250 energy for a unit. So, seems like a good choice for the Dreischträger. We have a booster. I don't know, let's put that on... I don't know, let's just put it on Marbet. So that gives one more extra square of movement for the unit. Seems like a good one. Although I think the V-Gundam Hexa is pretty much identical with the V-Gundam, so it's like a... It's a long-range robot, really, but oh well. It's fine, it's fine. Okay, and I think that's all we're going to be doing today for... today, I mean right now here for the intermission, so let's get ready to go on a mission. Go on the world map. Team Rabbits, less flatteringly known as the Fail 5, receive cutting-edge AHSMBs. Okay. That's the next mission. Let's go on the world map. We are heading to the Ararat sector, apparently, after concluding our business here. I'm not sure what series this is referring to. This is now where I do have to admit that I don't know that many Japanese super robot or, you know, giant robot mecha series. My knowledge is a little limited, as much as I love Super Robot Wars and the genre. So this time I'm not actually sure what series we are walking into here at the Ararats. The Team Rabbits doesn't say anything to me off the top of my head. Taking another drink, sorry. Yeah. But let's grab the bull by the horns and go. Oops. That's awkward, sorry. Gotta get used to it. The game still has the circle for confirm as they do in Japan, rather than X, and it still trips me up a little bit. Alright, let's go see what Team Rabbits is all about. I'm not sure what that reward is. That symbol is unclear, but... Oh gosh, estimated strength of enemy. Interesting. Where can I see my... Where can I see my strength? It's down there. Oh, gosh. They've gotten us by almost double. That's interesting. Oh, but we're probably gonna get some new units in this fight, so that's probably what's gonna tip the scales. And also, I have no idea what that actually means, that number. Look at the enemy's number, it's so huge! Oh, no! But, let's have a little bit of exposition first. Here we go. Once again, I'm still like, I will try and voice all the characters, even though there's gonna be like 100. 100's not gonna be enough characters in this game. Oh no, this is crazy. Here we go. It's time for some introductions, I think. I'm Marbet Fingerhead of the League Militaire. I'm Junko Jenko, leader of the Strike Team. I'm Coney Francis. Junko and I are the Strike Team's point force. Helen Jackson, I'm the backup for Junko and Coney. Peggy Lee, nice to meet you all. I'm Kite Bush. Nice to have some folks our own age around. Bet we'll get along real good. I'm Mahalia Merrill. It's a pleasure. It'll be a pleasure, all right. Oh my god, this guy, Jesus. You're handling maintenance for our units, right? We're counting on you, Ji-Quan. You got it! I'll wipe down the seats personally. I still feel a little awkward here. Oh no, we were told this ship was staffed with economy students, but I had to see it for myself. We are technically fully graduated and commissioned, and I promise we all feel pride and purpose in our mission. That's just what I like to hear. Yeah, I'm glad this ship still got some fire in its belly. Most Feddies don't these days. Especially her. Look at her, so young and bright-eyed. Uso? Az. It's not too late. You could leave and go look for her. Oh, it's about Shakti, I presume. I'm fine. I do believe Shakti is somewhere out there, alive and well. You do? I can't say for sure, but all I can really do is fight. Ending this is the best way to protect Shakti. I understand. Let's do our best. Together. Az. It's good to see you've made a friend your age, Uso. Actually, I'm older than him. Oh, they've been making this joke already, like, several times. I don't really get... She doesn't look that super young, but I guess it's just because everyone in anime skews young looking. I don't know. Oh, sorry about that. Junko blows into the china shop again, huh? Only kids get mad about being taken for younger than they are. I wish I could be that young again. Meanwhile, Uso here brags... brags. Meanwhile, Uso here bags another older woman. That's not what... We can't leave him alone for a second. You know what we mean, don't you, princess? I think I understand what you mean, but I'm not a princess. You can call me Oz. Roger that. So you're a civilian, are you? You'd be right at home on the Strike Team. You should totally join. We'd love to have you. A new addition to the Strike Team wouldn't be so bad. We could give you some makeup and fashion tips if you want to look more grown up. I appreciate it, but I like how I look now. Yeah, I mean, she's got great accessorizing. Come on, that fucking multicolored Miku hair right there. I think she's doing quite well already. Goodness. Let me guess. Because someone you love picked it out for you? Yeah, that's right. Then you owe it to them to survive, Oz. Right. Okay, that's cute. I said this in the first recording, but I'm very delighted by the Strike Team actually being in this game. Like, Victory Gundam in general. Like, I'm delighted that this game is getting this rep here. And yeah, like, because, you know, in Super Robot Wars, some series might be relegated to having a little bit less attention to them, if you know, like, it's more like they're kind of in supporting role the whole series, but it looks like Victory Gundam is getting a major part of the story here, and that's pretty cool. This is the data on Zanskir's positions in the Ararat sector we received from the League Militaire. It looks like they're searching for something. In preparation to attack Luna 2, do you think? Luna 2? An asteroid base located at L3. It is one of the EFF's main outposts in outer space. Luna comes from a semi-archaic name for the Earth's moon. It is thus the second moon of Earth. Alright. Thank you, exposition guide thingy. Zansker's squad seem to be pulling back for some reason. But we don't have corresponding reports of the EFF routing their units. Who the hell is Zansker fighting out there, then? That's what we're going to the Ararat sector to find out. We may have to go prepared for the worst. Captain! Incoming transmission from Commodore Fikes! Commodore Fikes? That was the really grizzled old guy, right? Who was the, like, kind of the boss, I think, if I remember correctly. We'll see. Anyway, Star Rose Space Station. Residential block. Looks peaceful. Okay. Hello, Izuru. Do not know this character at all. What is this character? Hold on, let's square. Ah, Majestic... Okay, Majestic Prince. Okay, is that the series that must be what we're walking into, is the Majestic Prince series. Okay, let's see. What's Izuru sound like? Yeah, that sounds... Yeah, that sounds, you know... Definitely looks like... That's the kind of voice I expect from a protagonist like this. I assume he's the protagonist. I don't know, maybe they didn't show the protagonist yet, but he's got a voice actor, so... Yeah, I have to say, all of the debuting series that are on Super Robot Wars 30, I'm not really familiar with any of them. I haven't had a chance to watch any of them. Well, except, I guess, Gundam Narrative. I've watched a bit of that. I haven't watched the movie in full, but I've definitely looked up a lot of stuff on that, so I'm definitely up to date on that, kind of. The other series I haven't had a chance to watch yet, but I kind of have at least heard of them. Majestic Prince is the one exception that came as a complete out of left field for me. I don't think I had heard of this series until it was announced as debuting in this Super Robot Wars, so... Yeah, this series is gonna be... This game is now gonna be selling this series to me, basically. We're gonna see what it's like. So let's lean in, shall we? Oh gosh, what kind of voice am I gonna do for this guy? He sounded kind of, you know, hot-blooded hero guy, kind of little upstart, kind of, you know, kind of youngish, but he's very, kind of, like, peppy. So I'll try to do a voice like that for him. We'll go with that. Heh, another mock battle, another dead last placement. Ooh, Asagi. And K, alright. We've been last in the rankings for as long as we've been training in Star Rose. That's why we're Team Rabbits, better known as the Fail 5. Okay, cool. These are our... So far we have met 4 characters, but... maybe a 5th one. You don't have to call us that, Izuru. Oh, will you lay off, Asagi? He's right about us being last in the rankings. Besides, you're the one who keeps charging on ahead. You do realize we're supposed to fight as a team, right? So how does you pretending you're a big shot sniper fit into our team plan, huh, Suruga? Pretending? I am a sniper. Did you miss the stats or are you just stupid? Say that again. Okay. See, okay, the first exposition was a little painful from Izuru just being like, we're the losers. This one's a little more natural, them arguing, like we're getting a little bit here of who these characters are, and also already like we're seeing that they're kind of a dysfunctional team, which is probably why they're dead last in the rankings. Makes sense. Cut it out! Oh, forget them. But Kay... Yeah, this is good. Let the conflict deepen their understanding of one another. That's really funny. Excuse me? These are the fires that forge heroes. Oh, and here comes Izuru with love and justice and all that crap yet again. We're pilot trainees at Glanzair Cosmopolitan Academy, which is an officer training institute affiliated with the MJP. It is located in Furano, Hokkaido. The entire academy is surrounded by a lavender field. In addition to the MJP training facilities, there are also a variety of advanced research departments, such as genetic engineering and weapons research and development. Okay. Why are they in space if they're from Hokkaido? But, okay. We may not be deployed, but we are soldiers. Heroes are a different thing entirely. You really think so? Aw, just save it for the enemies. Glanzer Cosmopolitan Academy operates under the GDF's purview. That's the Global Defense Force, an army that stands between Earth and hostile beings from outer space. And the baddies we need to fight are... the Wolgaru. Oh, those were mentioned in the exposition in the first episode. Okay, they're bad guys. I think we read this once already. Yeah, they're an alien civilization, and they're bad. And I'm guessing 50-50 they're actually humans. Whenever they, like, play up, ooh, this mystery alien race, it's probably actually just humans. But, yeah, we'll see. We don't know the first thing about them, even after 8 years at war. Command supposedly has secret intel, but... I bet they're like those aliens you always see. You know, space octopuses with wriggly tentacles? Where do you get these ideas? Especially when we haven't even seen our first live mission yet. Do you think the blossom of love will bloom for me before then? They do say that love can bloom on a battlefield, so maybe your luck is out there? The only thing blossoming for you is your chest. Go! What? That's a kind of a weird and kind of rude thing to say. Okay. Hey, chin up, Tamaki. You'll find it someday. When someday? Someday soon or what? I don't, If you're trying to encourage someone, think it through, Izuru. Exactly. You don't get women at all. Well, I'm getting piled on. Come on. We have our meeting with Instructor Suzukaze. GDF. I swear there's a GDF in something else as well, in some other sci-fi work. Yeah, I swear for sure, but sure. It sounds kind of... Maybe I'm thinking of EDF, Earth Defense Force. EDF! Why did we have to change into these things? Check it out! How do I look? Ooh. That's not what's important right now. This is a GDF uniform, right? I think they look fine uniforms. Does that mean we're... I'm glad you're all here, Team Rabbits. Right. You ranked last again. You're individually strong soldiers, but your teamwork is incorrigible. You're getting in each other's way. You called us out here to give us a lecture? Live in uniform and everything? Quiet down. Instructor. Yes, Asagi? Please transfer me. I am incapable of fighting with this team. I'd like you to submit to me an analysis of what prevents you from doing so. Or rather, that's what I would say, but the situation has changed. It's time. As of 1500 hours, Team Rabbits will graduate from MJP, which is a military organization established for the purpose of breeding humans adapted to life in outer space. It is an acronym of Military Junior Pre-Academy. The genetically altered children produced by MJP are trained to become military officers. Those who complete their training subsequently join the Global Defense Force, or GDF. Oh, that's odd, and that's also... Wonder how that's going to gel with all the new type stuff that Gundam brings, which is going to have to happen. We'll see. Because that's kind of, you know. New types are space people, you know, and that's like, making space people here. We'll see how it goes. And be assigned as ensigns to the GDF under the Earth Federation forces. What? We're actually being deployed? No way! I'm graduating and I haven't even had my first relationship! Duh, this is going way too fast for my stomach. Are you okay, Asagi? Where's your medicine? Attention! Duh! I know this is a lot to take in, but it's out of all of our hands. You already have a mission, too. Oh my goodness. That's a really uncomfortable looking visor. It looks like it's been bolted in on his face. Ow. This guy. Who is this? This is Captain Simon Gatto, commander of MGP. A captain? No. Oh, that's kind of cute. Pardon my rudeness, sir.
Team Rabbits will mobilize to the L3 Ararat sector.
A water rat? That's the ruins of the colony that took damage in the Primeval War. Oh. Oh, this is the war against the Zondarians. The 31 machine Primevals. We read about this as well. That's cool. That's interesting. Colony got wrecked in that war, but okay. I guess there was fighting in space in that, yeah.
You will deploy in AHSMB units and assess the situation.
What's an Ash? Oh, it's pronounced Ash? Okay.
It's MJP's latest model unit, or at least a prototype thereof.
Prototypes? Now that's the dream. Excuse me, are we really deploying into a real mission in units we've never used before? So it's Ashmb?
The Ashmby's control should be compatible with your academy training. In fact, the Juria system should make them even more intuitive for you.
Juria? Isn't that someone who did a thing?
You are thinking of the inventor of the Ashmby control system. The Juria system incorporates the DNA of the pilot to increase responsiveness.
Oh, ew. That doesn't sound pleasant at all.
Your unit's Juria systems have already been loaded with your genetic data.
How did they get their genetic data? Okay. I bet they signed off on this at some point, so I'm sure.
If there are no more questions, I will assign your formation positions. Gunner, Suruga.
Present!
Control, K.
Yes.
Booster, Tamaki.
Roger! Booster? What does that do?
Forward, Asaki. Roger. The leader will be you, Izuru Hitachi. You are in command of this mission.
I'm what? Alright, sick. Yeah. Majestic Prince seems cool. It seems... it's maybe a little by the numbers, but I like the dysfunctional group mechanic here. That's kind of neat. I'm kind of okay with that. Alright, let's get ready. Ooh, fancy looking battleship they have. All pit ships have been deployed. Can you hear me, Team Rabbits? You're now connected with your Ashmbys. Juria system coming online.
Good. Deploy the Ashmbys.
Oh! Oh, wow! Okay. I assume this is from the anime? Oh, sick. Are we gonna get this for all of them? That's cool. That was pretty cool design we got there. Oh, that's really fancy. Oh, actually, now that's a very strange design, now that I look... It's got no arms. Wow. Weird. Oh, okay. That's... I see, that's quite a bit bigger than the... Okay, interesting. It's got this huge... Well, it was a booster, I guess, so yeah. So... Assuming they leave the leader for last, so this must be the gunner. Hey, it's Pathfinder! Awesome! Hello, I will be winning today. Oh, this design's actually really rad. I really like this robot. That's my favorite so far. Alright, here we come. Here comes the leader. Let's see what this one's like. Looks alright. Yeah. I'm sorry, is it fighting with a pistol? That's... alright. Yeah, I think it's fine, but that sniper robot was cool. Alright, here we go. You may now explain the unit's features, Head Mechanic Sionji. Roger that. My teams have been hard at work tuning these puppies. Let's start with Blue 1. Yes, ma'am. The forward unit takes the lead. It's equipped for close and mid-range combat. It's optimized for quick bursts of acceleration, and it's got a bit of a hair trigger, so be gentle on the throttle. Next, Purple 2. Yes, it's the funny little hula hoop robot. I'm not sure about that design yet, but we'll see how it goes in a fight. The control unit is for wide-range strategic recon. It's our eyes and ears. One transmission from the control can make or break the whole team. Now for Rose 3. Present! Be prepared for the booster's speed. It can easily pace an interplanetary cruiser. Your job is simple. Never stop. Stay in motion and keep the enemy off balance. So it's more of a flanker, I guess, is more appropriate. Sure. And Gold 4. Right here! The gunner engages in long-range bombardment with its high-energy charged particle cannon and radiation-guided photon resonance rapid-fire cannon, right? You've done your homework. And just watch out for the lag when firing volleys, and don't lose tempo when hitting the gas. Finally, Red 5. Ma'am. Red 5 is the leader unit. It has the forward's combat capabilities, but also increased transmission functions for command. Pay attention to all your allies' data streams and give orders accordingly. Right. You really think you're up to that? I'll do my best. That's enough of that. Next, I'll explain the mission. Your job is to reconnoiter the space around the ruins. What are we looking for? Ooh, is it Neo treasure? It's definitely not going to be some scavenger hunt. If we're being provided brand new units, they're expecting enemies, aren't they? And since the GDF is involved... It's the Wulgaru? No way! Last I checked, the defense line against the Wulgaru was still at the asteroid belt. If they've made it into the Earth sphere, then the Earth and the colonies will come under attack. Precisely. If you locate any Wulgaru, engage so that doesn't happen. So this mission is a huge responsibility. That's understating it. But we have to do it. Heh. What's so funny? I'm just not used to not getting piled on. This guy's our leader. That was my first question. Of many. That was kind of cute. I like that moment. If you appreciate the gravity of this mission, I'll hand it off to the commander.
As you know, the conflict with the Wulgaru has been at a standstill. If they've entered the Earth sphere, that will change very quickly. Tell me about your dreams.
Our dreams?
Your dreams.
My dream has already come true. I am fighting in a cutting-edge unit.
And the rest of you?
Same, I guess. I've never thought about my dream. It's kind of... My dream is to be a hero.
Are you actually serious right now?
Who says that to their commander?
Good. I have high hopes for all of you.
The Ashenby are designed to work with the Godinian, but the ship isn't fully outfitted yet, so we'll keep it back out of harm's way. Get used to your Ashenbys and carry out your mission. Over and out. Oh, Godinian must be that ship's name, so fair enough. She hung up on us.
So we're on our own?
Just us and the Wulgaru. I'd rather it just be us. Same here. We've just graduated. Barely. We're not ready for this. Let's do it, team. Hey, who made you boss of us? I am the team leader, right?
Either way, we do have to do this. It's our first real mission.
That's kind of funny again. Poor Izuru. I am falling for Izuru as a team leader, I have to say. His put-uponness is kind of amusing, so... Whoa! I'm moving! The commander was right. They basically work like the training units.
Maybe controls-wise, but their output's on another level.
So this is what the latest model feels like. Wait, don't go out there! Yeah, I didn't expect this to just be a mission where we just talk amongst ourselves. Here we go. Oh, crap! They're here! The Wilgaru! For real!
Okay, notify the Godinian.
Already on it. What? What are you playing at? Assume battle positions.
But the Ashen Bees refuse to work. That's because of your survival instincts. If you don't assert your will to fight, the Juria system will prioritize defensive instincts.
Oh, that's funny. They're just like flying around now in like headless chickens. I get it. Okay. Our what? You have to decide to fight right now. She's right. We have to fight or we'll die. We'll die! Oh, dramatic. Everyone, come on!
What the hell? This acceleration is insane!
Don't be a glory hog. Okay, so I think that if we try, we can move. So the Juria system is responding to our will to fight? Well, we have what we need. Let's do it, and then go home alive.
Right. We're not dying in our first battle. I'm the forward, so I'll go ahead and show everyone how it's done.
Ooh, if you want a tutorial on spirit commands, select Let's Review Some Basics from the next prompt. Well, I talked about these at length in a previous video, but I guess if anyone is tuning in or skipped the previous first episode, I guess it's good that we talk about these really quickly. So let's review some basics.
First, you...
Oh, okay, here we go. So yeah, spirit commands. Those are the, commands that we have. Pilots have spirit points that they can use to gain a variety of boosted effects, like buffs or debuffs on the enemy. And it varies depending on the pilot. Pilots learn spirit commands as they level up. We don't have 6 yet, but eventually we'll have a full complement of 6 if we keep leveling up. Using a spirit does not end a spirit unit's turn, and you can use a unit's spirits even after it has taken its turn. You can use spirits in combat from the combat screen, where the hit rate gets shown. And you can even use them on the enemy turn from the counterattack screen. So that's kind of a change from like a lot of the older ones that I've played. In the past, you could only use spirit commands, on your turn before you had used it up a turn. Like, robots that were still available to be moved around. So they changed that in recent installments, which I was like, wow, okay, this is crazy. But then, eventually I was like, yep, this is fine. It's not a big deal. This next point, I believe, is to kind of make up for that kind of thing. Pilots sortie with half of their maximum SP and gain 5 SP at the start of the ally phase. Pilot can't gain more than their max SP. So yeah, you don't have your full points, but you generate a little bit over time. I've really grown to like this system. Again, in the past it used to be that you just started with maximum points, and you had to make do with those points throughout the mission. Of course, there are some items or skills might in fact provide some points back, but now everyone has SP regeneration, and I like it like that. Max SP increases with the pilot's level. You can also improve the pool with the SP up skill. The protagonist spirit list is determined by your choice of birthday and blood type at the start of the game. Yeah, that actually has always been a thing. It's kind of funny. We can't really change that anymore, can we? So yeah, you gotta use them to... They're best used in hard battles with strong enemies, obviously. And you can actually, on the combat screen, you can actually call in other people's abilities. Since some spirit commands are like you affect a different unit, we can call in from other units' spirit commands. So yeah. Basic stuff. They're like spells, kind of. But only for buffing and debuffing use. Yeah. Sound good? Okay, let's go. Hang on, Asagi. You can't dive in there by yourself. We all know the basics already. We've trained until our hands were falling off.
Right.
But this is real. We don't have a choice. We have to join in. Come on, everyone. Here we go! Alright, so let's see. Here is a hint. Let's see. So our victory condition is to defeat all enemies. Alright. And that's... I believe the blue coloration meant that that's actually all we need to do. Okay. Our defeat condition is if any allied unit gets shot down, so we're gonna have to play carefully. Now, let's see what the hint is. When dealing with a lot of enemies, focus on eliminating them one by one instead of spreading your forces thin. I guess that's a good advice. I often don't play like that. I specifically like to spread out damage, quite honestly, but... So, we're finally ready to rock. Let's take a look really quickly at the stats we're going here. Alright. Basic. I'm guessing this is a kind of a real robot. Let's see his stats. Mobility 130 is pretty good mobility, so yeah. Armor 1500 I think is pretty low. What are these defensive abilities? Let's see. Defensive shield. Oh, really? Nullifies ranged attacks that do less than 2,000 damage. Activation cost 5N. So for the cost of 5N, any ranged attacks that do that little damage do nothing. That's really good. And Juria system, plus 30 mobility when under 30%. Wow! So if you wanted to, you could play these characters really high risk, high reward by like reducing their HP. And then you get like a really good mobility. Wow. Let's see. Increases harmonic level upon engaging in combat. Grants bonuses to skill, evasion, and accuracy, rising based on harmonic level. What? We'll have to see how that works. Okay, but... yeah. Alright, so this one's a close combat unit, by the looks of it. Mid to close range. Even this HEP cannon is melee attack, apparently. Okay. Okay, let's look at blue 1, was it? Oh, no. Wanted to stats, please. Yeah, looking samurai look here with that big sword. Okay, stats looking good, right? Same abilities. And, oh, actually does have a few ranged attacks even, but its ultimate assault blade needs to get right up close. Got it. I'm curious what this guy does. Ooh, it's got a special ability called Wide Range Strategic Recon. If I click on this, will it tell me what it does? Wide Range Strategic Recon will activate the Analyze Spirit on all enemies, usable once per map. Use Wide Range Strategic Recon? Oh. Cool. So that's like for one turn, all enemies do 10% less damage and take 10% more damage. I'll save that for now, but like that's a really good thing. That's a good ability. We'll keep that in mind. So let's see now. How does this is a really fancy, weird-looking robot. Kind of reminds me of like, some of the robots in Gundam Age, a little bit. Ah, okay, supply parts. So is this? Ah, okay, cool. Check this symbol right here. This mech is equipped with a resupply device. So this thing can restore energy and ammo when we use the resupply command. So that's a very important thing for us to know. Oh, and also we have a jamming device. Jamming devices increase the final hit and evasion rates of 2 adjacent allied units 10%. 2 adjacent. Does that mean 2 squares adjacent, or like just 2 units next to you? That's also an interesting ability. Did these have... I gotta check real quickly. Did these have any weird symbols? No. No, just the barriers. Alright, finally, here's the sniper. Ooh. Or not finally, sorry. I skipped the booster one. Let's look at gold 4, the sniper. Ah, Suruga starts with hit and run. That was the ability where you can move after attacking, which is very necessary for sniper characters. So... good stuff there. Yeah, I think this is my favorite of these 5 robots, this thing. Not just because it looks like kind of like Pathfinder, but, you know. Yeah, wow, look at that. No moves that like hit. No moves that you can use after moving. It's all just ranged stuff. Very cool, very cool. Gonna have to build morale to use the bigger gun, but yeah. Look at this giant thingy. Is its size different from the others, I wonder? I don't see anywhere. Where's the size? Oh, there it is, 1L. Yeah, it is. It's one size category bigger than the others, I think. The others were just M, right? Yeah, size is medium for the others. Whereas this big thing is 1L. It's so huge. Okay. Alright, so yeah, same abilities. And, oh, that's interesting. This unit does not have any morale needs for its attacks. So we can just get in there and do damage. Very cool. Alright, team, let's mobilize. Oh yeah, what are our enemies like? Let's get a vibe of that as well. Wulgaru soldier. What is this thingy? A Wulgaru fighter. Oh, that is a... Oh, okay. It's a strange looking robot. Or, like, it's a fighter craft, but it's very strange looking. Attacks with beams, and then there's a line of whatever these things are here. There's a lot of enemies in this level, wow. And look at that enemy strength. It's way bigger than the estimate too. Holy moly. Wulgaru mobile weapon. Okay, that's a robot, alright. That's a scary looking. They all have just beams as attacks. Interesting. Alright, I think we're good to go. Now we're good to go. So, oh yeah, everyone's just basically like... Where's everyone's kills? Oh wow, that's crazy. Look at that. Offensive support 3. Like Suruga can... 3 allies can benefit from Suruga's like support attacks. Wow. There's no defense supports here, but that's a lot. Wow, Suruga. Alright. Alright. So, yeah, we can't attack yet with Suruga. I guess I'll leave Suruga sitting there in case we get the... It's unlikely, but... Oh yeah, what were the attacks on this one? Alright, this one's also a long-range unit, ultimately, but it does have a compound light particle cannon we can use after moving, so... Nope, can't reach anybody with that either, so nope. So I guess instead we're just gonna charge in. That's a plan. Yeah, let's see what this thing does. 81% to hit, excel and charge. Alright, alright. Whoa! Rose 3 is so fast! Here I go! All's charging in love and war! Okay. So is the plan... What? Oh. I was gonna say, is the plan to just run into that thing? But, oh, wow. Okay, now that... I don't think we needed that close up. That one we definitely needed. That other one was a little gratuitous. Jesus, wow! Alright. That's one for us. Go team. Now I know what this thing... This is kind of like a super fancy version of like some of those like... some of those crazy... Gundam mobile weapons like the Neo Zeon or something. Seems to be with all those lasers coming out of the wings. That's kind of what that was. Alright, well I guess there's nothing to kill for Asagi now. Because, well I guess I shouldn't be surprised. These are just like space fighters, these things. So they probably die pretty darn easy. Okay, not that 3? What's the range on these attacks? Hold on. 2. Okay, sword counter is 2. Alright. Alright. So here we go. Ooh, 0 to hit. Nice. 90, yeah. I'm going to be a hero. I have to. I have to do this. I'm this team's leader! Ooh. That? Oh my god, okay. Wow, it's freaking slice and dicing, huh? Okay. Ooh, didn't quite win that time. That's okay. Just didn't have raw charging potential of the Rose 3, I guess. Yeah, no problem dodging that. Oh yeah. Alright, yeah, so we did not build enough morale for either of these yahoos to attack, so we're just gonna move in. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna make a save here. I do want to continue playing. Oh, by the way, of course, last time, the first time I recorded, of course, I showed you that you get, like, some cute skits. Oh, no, I hit auto combat. No. Well, I mean, that's fine. We needed to end the phase anyway. I always hit the wrong button, and that stupid auto combat button. I wish that wasn't in this game. I mentioned that there are, like, skits you get when you, like, close off the game in these levels, and I thought I was gonna, like, do those every level like I usually do. Turns out if you return the title screen from the intermission menu, you also get those skits. So I'm thinking we're just gonna close off our streams with some funny skits instead. For the stream format, that seems like a more fun thing to do. So we'll be doing that in the future, today and onwards. Yeah. Anyway, it's Purple 2's turn. Purple 2 is incredible. It's like I can see everything about the entire battle. We can do this. I'll lead everyone to victory. Alright, let's see what this... Oh, that's kind of fun. The other members calling in like that. That didn't look super comfortable, that pilot seat, but okay. Alright, we're getting some work done here. Yeah, so far these fighters are not a problem, but those big boys coming. Turn off the auto, for heaven's sake, I want to turn off the auto. How do you turn it off? They've given us these new units. We have to learn them in and out. Come on, I'm the forward, so it's my job to clear everyone's way. Okay. I can't tell if auto is on or off. I'm so crazy. Okay, here we go. Wow! Just a halberd. And machine cannons, wow. Okay, what was the purpose of the halberd there? Just like, it looks cool. Good stuff. Okay, now is it... Okay, now it's off, thank goodness. Hey, this is cool. Now even Gold 4 gets to act. Like, we get to see everyone fight here. Not enough morale for the big gun yet, so we'll use the basic one first. Now you'll see the 1-2 punch of my high-energy charged particle cannon and radiation-guided photon resonance rapid-fire cannon. Come and get me, Wulgaru! Go for Gold 4 if you dare! Alright, fighting spirit, I like it. Got big expectations for this thing. That's a lot of doubling. Oh, that's the okay, not the big gun yet, obviously, but it's got a nice little CIWS thingy there on the shoulder. Makes sense. Oh, we already fired this rail defender. That's right, Kay doesn't have morale needs for her attacks. But no, we'll use it anyway. We'll use it. And then we can, I guess, resupply ourselves if we run out. That was this device's ability. Yeah, I don't know about some of these pilot seats. They're feeling a little over-designed, some of them, with our heroes here, but eh. Okay. Looks like we got a charge. Oh, I see, by the way, that this move does eat a lot of energy. Like, the one attack we made already ate up so much last time. Just 2 attacks and we've lost a quarter of our energy on this thing. So this is an energy hog, this machine. Gotta remember that, but we can probably work around it. Yo, Jesus. And Tamaki is just cleaning it up for everybody else. Like, this is really funny. He's got 2 kills already. Okay. Oh, they're holding position, the rest of them. Alright, alright, alright. So far, so good. Alright. We could get a kill here for K. Wondering if I should try and, you know, grind kills as I've often done for you know, the person who's already in the lead, which would be Tamaki. We could actually, you know, get to grinding some kills for her. Yeah. But I'll think about it. I'll think about it. By the way, I think I mentioned last time about the secrets in the Super Robot Wars. They often have a lot of kill requirements. I actually have a handy-dandy chart here I wrote myself of certain secrets that have kill requirements, so I can reference if there's anybody who I need to prioritize on getting kills. Uso actually happens to be one of them, so I really should have gotten more kills for him in those first couple of missions, but I don't think it's nothing irreparable yet. Don't think I have anybody here, no. No secrets related to the Majestic Prince characters that would require kills for them, so I think we're good with this, so, Ooh, 75% to hit, that's not great. Let's try 81%. Maybe we can beat this guy? Can analyze and focus. We could use focus, but I'm gonna save on those points. Actually, is this over? Yeah, this is probably a little too... I should have probably used the secondary weapon. This is probably too much damage. You know, like, it would have been enough to kill this enemy with the smaller guns. Maybe? I don't know. Yeah. Another one down. And, of course, with... what's Suruga here? I'm completely blacked out on the name. Yeah, we can also... Because Suruga only has weapons you can use from this position, so... Let's go. The theme song for these Majestic Prince units, it's fine. I'm not crazy about it. Oh, come on, 88% chance to hit there. Aww. Unbelievable. Anyway, well, let's move in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. We'll move Suruga there. This is how I like to play my snipers, even though it's hidden away, so it sounds like you're supposed to be, like, keeping distance on enemies. I like to move my units, like, away, you know. I like to, like, no, I like to move them forward, like, just be super aggressive is my jam, usually, so that's how I did it now as well. Alright. Let's go in on these. Yeah, speaking of aggressive, let's just push into the enemy formation. Like a big old wrecking ball. Although K is being left a bit behind on the unit, but I think the rest of the unit here, but I think we'll be fine. We'll figure it out. Nice! Not enough to kill, though. That's too bad. Nope. Flying in with its pew-pews. Okay. Also, I'd like to point out the Wulgaru soldiers that we see the art for them. They are, in fact, humanoid-shaped, and we don't see their faces, so I'm still leaning on that they're actually humans side of things. Yeah. Ooh, Assault Blade is ready to go. Can we get in? Yes, we can get in with one of these big boys, so let's do it. We got enough morale. It's only 105 to use this, so... Damn, and they still got 0% to hit us. We're doing really good. Wow. Ooh, oh, okay. I was like, one slice, huh? But okay. Yeah, we eat it now. Oh, wow! Almost got him with that crit. Yikes. This is interesting that, like, all the other pilots are kind of like... kind of like commenting on each other like that. I find that kind of, I don't know, it's fine. I think it's kind of cute, actually, yeah. Alright, let's charge in on this other one as well, this other big boy golem. Oh, it's range 4. Oh, okay. Yeah, look at that. Poor Kay, because she doesn't have the hit and away. I'll probably have to buy that for her as well, the hit and away ability. She's, like, completely fallen behind from it. But that's fine, I guess, as recon. She can, like... That's okay, maybe? I don't know. Now, let's see, because, yeah, Tamaki has been building up, morale. Let's see if this charge is enough to blow up even one of these mobile weapons. Gotcha! Jeez, like, every time, huh? Okay. Alright, got it. Not enough to kill. Fine. We can handle it, I think. But yeah, look at the energy. It is eating down with Rose 3 here. We can probably... I'm thinking we can, like, get, like, some, like, equipment that increases her energy or, like, gives energy regen or something like that. But right now we just have to focus on getting Kay near her to resupply her once we get there. We're not close there yet. It's fine, but... Okay, so far, so good. Ah, okay, now, see, look, now we are using the compound light particle cannon because this guy's so low at health that this should finish them. Yeah, this Majestic Prince theme song here, or whatever this song is, this unit song here, it's fine, but it's not mind-blowingly good. It's not getting me super hypered, but it seems all right. Yeah. Damn, that's 2 kills for Kay as well. Wow. Oh, we are starting at level 1, huh? I didn't even notice that. We're like really low level here. Okay. That's fine. Okay, Kay is actually taking the lead in the kills here, but if she manages to shoot down this one. Which she probably will. 97%. I'm fairly confident we'll get it. Yeah. Got him. clean kill. Alright, well, Kay handled herself despite falling behind. Everything's fine. Another level up. Did I see that right? Okay. Let's see what this gun halberd does. Sounds fun. Alright, come on. Like last time, but that's really funny. I just now noticed he has like that kind of Super Sentai-ish color explosion when he draws his weapon out. That's kind of funny. Groovy. Oop. Looks like a kill for the leader is coming up, unless we miss again, I hope. Yeah. Never say never when you're playing a strategic tactical RPG. If you have less than 100% to hit. Ah, it's an SMG. Okay, it looked like a pistol, but no. Yay, got him. Okay, so far the fighters are not the issue, but these big mobile weapons... Okay, see, now they're actually having to have less than 0 chance of hitting us, so... Oops. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, you can turn off the attack animations. I guess I'll show this one, just because we've seen the shoulder impact cannon. If you turn off attack animations, you just get a screen like this, and... Yeah, if you want to play through these games faster, you can turn off animations. I really like watching them, so we're gonna be watching them most of the time, and if you don't like it, sorry. If I get really bogged down, I'll start turning those off eventually. It gets really tiresome, but we can watch most of the animations. I don't tire easily of them. Damn, we're actually fighting! Yeah, we can do this!
Stay alert. The ones back there are watching the fight.
If they all come at us, we'll be in trouble. Look out! Something else is approaching! A civilian vessel?
Did it stumble onto the battlefield? Duh! They still had fighters? Are you kidding me?
Get out of here! The Wulgaru are after you! They're not gonna make it! Now's your chance! Get out of here!
Oh, we will! Thank you very much!
Fall back, Izuru! That squad is moving in! I can't. Not until that ship is safe.
Not happening. Save yourself!
Oh, you have to make the impossible happen to be a hero. That's not you.
Yeah, that's really not you.
What's got you this fired up? Was he that serious about the hero thing? Okay, that's kind of cute. You guys.
Look what you made us all do by being such an idiot.
We just have to figure something out. We should retreat, right? Whoops! Incoming! Fight. Flee. Fight. Flee. Fight. Flee.
Fight!
Oh! Whoa!
Izuru, did you just...
I don't know what just happened. I got so caught up in the fight. Is this the Juria system? Hey, there's a battleship! Oh, that's us! I mean, we've been us already, but you know, the rest of our heroes. Alright, we can get 5 units in, which is the whole gang. Is there a way to sort by something level like this? Okay. Here we go! Team Rabbits, this is Commander Mitsuba Grey Valley of the Earth Federation Forces, Captain of the Dreichträger. We are responding to a request for support from Captain Simon of the GDF. The cavalry has arrived!
The Gardinians sent a request for help?
Let's regroup! Oh, we got back to our original positions. Yay.
So those are the GDF's new Ashimbees, however it was pronounced, I don't know. I'd heard the name, but not that they were capable of that.
The project is another one of the Federation's secret weapons, much like the Dreichträger itself. Let's keep this up and wipe out the enemies! Who are you, and what have you done with our Izuru? Oh, he's just high on his lucky break. Shouldn't a leader be more authoritative?
Why don't you pull back and let us handle this?
And there's the pylon.
The pilots of this team seem unique, don't they?
The way I've heard it, they're abject failures. But we're in no position to judge. Captain, what are those disgusting black enemies? Those are the Wulgaru, the enemies of all humanity. Those are the... We never saw them on Earth. And now they've entered the Earth sphere. We can't let a single one of them get away. All units, join Team Rabbit and intercept the Wulgaru. Here we go! It's our turn to strike back. And being that cool is why we think you've been body snatched. Oh, okay, so now defeat conditions have changed. Izuru has to survive and the Dreichträger, but everyone else can apparently get knocked down now. Well, let's try not to let that happen anyway, but... Ooh, right. Okay, well here I can be like, let's keep the animation off, because it's 0% chance of hitting and he's just evading. Yeah, we can skip that. Nope. Ooh, cool. We're gonna get a kill for... Now, yeah, look at that. We're gonna get a kill this time. We do want to watch this, obviously. Are we using our big gun already? We don't need to use the big gun, because this one should be enough. Let's go. Oh no! That hand cannon. Alright, here we go. Yeah, alright, cool. Everyone's getting a kill on the kill board today. Feels good. Wow. I don't know if we really needed this team to show up. I think we could have actually beaten the Wulgaru with Rabbit team here, honestly. But, okay. Okay, so here, let's see. Which one's Uso? Oh, that's the only problem with these two, is they look quite similar. But right, the Hexa does not have the V-fin. Okay. So Uso, I want to get kills for him, as I mentioned. And can he get into overhand cannon? I'm wondering... Wondering if Uso's overhand cannon will be enough to kill this guy in one shot. So let's have Az soften this thing up. They're fast and black, like little space bugs. That's our enemy. That means no quarter. Oh, man, this music again. Such a... Feels so good after just that Majestic Prince music. Sorry, Majestic Prince. Yikes! I almost ruined getting that kill for Uso, but it's fine. Actually, yeah, I just realized I'm supposed to be checking for that text. Right, I just remembered. Ha, I'm such an idiot. Super Robot Wars 30 helpfully tells you if the attack is enough to finish the enemy. It says shoot down right there, so yeah. I'm gonna use a focus here, because those... Again, I'm worried about those odds, so let's get some kills on the board for Uso as well. We're under attack from deep space as we speak. My god, is something like this happening? How does Zanscale justify waging war on the Earthsphere? Yeah, it's not a dick move from them. Got him! Yeah, for a certain secret mission to unlock, we need to get 50 kills for Uso. Or not maybe even a secret mission, but just like a certain mission was gonna need 50 kills on Uso for us to get something. So we're gonna try. I'm gonna try and that's one of the things I'm gonna try and aim for. Stand up to the victory. All right. Plug this with some Vulcan fire. Ooh, 74%. Nothing I can really do here. So, we'll just cross our fingers and hope this works. Come on, Junko. Yeah, got him! Ooh. Okay, 2,500? Alright then. Alright, let's see. I'm thinking... Let's see. I'm thinking we could get a kill for Marbet, maybe. Our overhand cannon. Yeah. Probably not our Vulcans. Nope. But, you know, worth checking out. Alright. Let's grind some from Marbet as well, just because I like her. Yeah. Bajoom. Yeah, big shot. We got him. Yeah, like, sorry, Majestic Prince, but when we have, you know, the Hukebine's theme song and Victory Gundam's theme song, you don't quite compare. Like, just how it goes, sorry, fellas. Alright, only the Vulcan's reach on this guy. Yes, that's fine, that's fine. Ooh. Now, this might hurt. Nah. But we had pretty good evasion, so, yeah. Alright. I'm not gonna move K yet. K was the one with, yeah, she's got that ability to, like, restore, yeah. I'm gonna move K yet. I'm gonna move her after Rose 3 has moved. I will have, was it Purple 2? Yeah, Purple 2 move after that. To possibly provide some, you know, points, you know, energy restore for Rose 3. Okay, looks like... Well, this is overkill, but I really want to see what Gold 4's attack is, so this final attack, so the big gun, so... Or I could use... Could use a Snipe Spirit at this point. Yeah, why the heck not? This increases your range, I believe, yeah, by 2 points, which means we now reach this lad. Let's plug him from extreme range. Oh, that's cool! Wow! The way the head moved there, that was really neat. Yep, good damage. Alright, what you got next? Oh, nothing. Oh yeah, because we were so far away. Haha, I forgot. Well, that was really cool, the way the head slid to, like, aim down the gun. Wow, that's a really cool idea for a robot. I really like that. I still think that's my favorite of the robots of the Majestic Prince crew here. I guess we can use the HEP cannon. Again, it's like kind of overkill, but I maybe want to see what it looks like. So let's, you know, gotta demo all of our cool moves, yes? So let's see what the HEP cannon does. That was the Juria system? It was like I was someone else. Stay with us, Izuru. This fight's not over yet. You think you're a hero already just from this? If you are, heroes aren't much to write home about. You got that? Get back in there. Roger that. Red 5, moving in. Alright, let's see. What? What was that? Just a bunch of explosions? Okay. That opening of that attack was kind of weird, I thought, but okay. Oh! Oh, okay. Wow, alright. That's why it's a melee attack. Because the attacks, even though it's called a cannon, it counts as a melee attack. That's because there's a surprise chainsaw at the end. I was like, yeah, that's a cool attack at first, and then the chainsaw came out, and I was like, right, okay, yeah. Hot damn. Right, so if I move here, K cannot reach to supply the rows on this turn, but the enemies are quite low in number now, so I'm just gonna like keep up the pressure, you know? Alright. Just fire everything. It'll be fine. Yeah, doesn't it have like kind of Neo Zeon energy from that camera angle, this robot? I feel like it, so... Seems like a very silly anime, ultimately. Whatever this is. I may have to watch like at least a couple of episodes of this in preparation of our next stream. Because like I do like the hijinks of this this group. All right, Lancer. That's what he basically is. Let's see. What was his tricks again? So he's got that assault blade, but it's quite short range. And this guy... Oh, no, it's not dead. This guy's still in full health, this fighter. Well, never mind. We'll just go plug him with the sword. Yeah! That freaking Sentai explosion. Very cute. Yeah, everyone's energy is actually kind of running down at this point because I'm using these big boy moves. But like, I think we're good at this point. I don't think we got much to worry about. So I think we can afford to annihilate. And indeed, our strength meter ultimately wasn't that much of a stress at all. So I guess we don't have to worry about that whole enemy strength business, huh? Oh, I gotta move K. Yeah. Yeah, look, can't nowhere near. You cannot use the resupply command after moving, which is why you kind of have to prep with that. Unless you buy a special skill for the pilot. There is also other units will provide repair abilities. I don't think we have any yet. And those can be used after moving, so that's very useful. But resupply you have to do, you know, the turn, like without having moved. So that's why we kind of had like set it up with K, but nah. Okay, yeah, now we are good to save again, coward save here, and end phase. Rest of the Vulgaru, come on. Oh, there's the... Okay. It's because it's one square away, so the big gun doesn't reach. Big gun cannot shoot this close. That's fine. Have quite a bit of morale by now, so... This might just... get him. Not quite, but, nah. Okay, gun halberd on this big boy. Should also be fine. And also 0% to hit? Yeah, this blue one is very, very hard to hit, isn't it? Doom. This weapon is kind of strange, you know. Gun halberd, but I guess it's not the weirdest thing in the world. Ah! Don't forget this front over here. Let's fire that beam smart gun. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Come on, let's get a lucky crit. Oh, we did! Wow! Although now Uso can't get a kill from this guy, so oh well, maybe this one guy down there will provide that. Oh, we've seen the shoulder impact cannon once. It's those machine guns that pop out. Yeah. Although he completely tricks us by pulling out his sword, or no, his halberd. Anyway, look at this. You silly. Oh, he was very low health. Okay then, yeah. Got him. Oh wow, shoot down. Oh, because this guy's almost dead. Well, sorry, Uso. We got one kill, so yay. Wasn't paying attention. Didn't realize this guy was already attacked. Alright. Yeah. No problemo. And that's not everybody. There's still someone... Oh, there's a couple of enemies left here. Okay. Okay. I don't suppose Uso could make a break all the way there. No. Not quite. But... So, yeah, none of the team over here is gonna make it to kill these Wulgaru, because we're really far away, except maybe Oz. Almost, but no cigar. So instead, let's see who has... Let's just shore up some kills for people. 2, 3, 1, 2, 4 even. Asagi over here. Nice. Wow, I thought Tamaki killed 3 enemies already, but she's only got 2 kills. Well, no. I must have gone wrong in my calculations. Well, let's get some kills for these couple of who are lagging behind. That's kind of crazy. Normally I just go for the guys with most kills, but I feel less pressure now when there's less of those kind of requirements in this Super Robot Wars, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, getting the sniper position there. Not super necessary, but you might as well. And let's take out this guy as well. Got a kill for Izuru as well, so... Get the team leader on the scoreboard. I don't know what that is, those explosions going off there, but okay. Yeah, so here we get the good stuff again. This is a big blow, and then... Yeah. Nice. Yeah, the chainsaw is fantastic. I love that part. Alright. I believe that's game, set, and match. Oh, we made it. That was too close for comfort. If that warship hadn't come in to help, we'd probably be toast. I wouldn't say so. I think we were doing really clean there. The energy was running a little low on a lot of units, so that's a thing, but I don't know. But I think we could have done this mission with just this crew, really. Yeah. Then we have to thank them. Oh, I plan to thank that beauty in the captain's seat very personally. Jesus, guy. Oh my god. Damn it, you were cool too. You had a cool robot and you were kind of a fun little... fun like sniper character. Now you got to go that way. Jesus Christ.
Will you pay attention for a second? We have to get back to the Godinian. Actually, pilots, we have some news about that.
We've been asked by Commander Simon to take custody of Team Rabbits on the Dreischträger.
Excuse me?
We've been graduated, put in new suits, assigned to a new crew, and found out the Wulgaru are attacking Earth all at once? Yeah, I kind of obvious. You knew of this had to happen, obviously, that they're gonna join the team, but yeah. This is kind of weird. Would someone please explain this? Seconded. We've had a really long day. Deployed out of nowhere, chucked into prototypes.
And at the end of all that, we get posted outside the GDF? Honestly, we don't know where to start ourselves.
Wow! Dibs on him! Oh my god, you people! Oh! Why is everyone like this? Can you put a plug on your hormones for 5 freaking minutes? Oh, jeez. Pot meat kettle right here.
Look, there's nothing any of us can do about it. This assignment comes from the top.
The top? All we know is that our commander, Commodore Fikes, came to some sort of arrangement with MJP's Captain Simon. I'm Commander Mitsuba Grey Valley, captain of the Dreischträger. Oh man! With a captain like this, I'll take a posting anywhere. What was that about hormones, Suruga? Ma'am, if I may, what kind of arrangement?
I'm just gonna sandbag those two, cause like, oh, yo.
Team Rabbits will be under the Dreischträger's command and assist with our operations. Needless to say, not all of them will be Wulgaru related.
We've already received your personal effects and documentation for maintaining your units. So they really planned this out.
That means it's not a new development. They've intended this for some time. Then we'll have to go with it. What? We don't have to roll over and take this, captain or not.
A new assignment and new units getting dropped on us out of nowhere.
The part about nearly getting wiped out didn't come from above, though. Stoopy doopy poopy. Is that in the actual... Is that an actual line from the series, or... I don't know.
They don't hold back, do they?
We understand the position you've been placed in. It was a failure of...
A failure, of course.
Oh, that jinxed it. We're gonna be the fail 5 all over again. Hey, that kind of thinking is how we keep being failures.
So you do think we're failures?
Oh my god, these people... Ahem. Anyway, we should introduce ourselves. I'm Izuru Hitachi, team leader and pilot of Red 5. I draw manga, and my dream is to be a
No one cares about that. Ensign Toshikazu Asagi reporting. I operate Blue 1 as team forward.
Kei Kugimiya, Purple 2, in the control position. I'm Tamaki Irie. I'm the booster in row 3, and I love Shiokara.
I don't know what that is. I'm sorry to say. I'm blanking out.
I'm Ataru Suruga, the sniper in Gold 4. It's a very real pleasure to meet you, Captain. Oh, the pleasure is all mine. We're glad you're on our team. Many of us on this ship were assigned straight out of the academy, much like your own early graduation. We're all in the same boat in more ways than one. We'll have your back if you have ours. Of course! Also, the passengers of the vessel you saved have sent their thanks to Team Rabbits. Oh, goody! I'm glad they're all safe. And I'm glad Izuru flying off the handle actually did some good for a change. Heh, same here. They're sure a unique bunch, aren't they? Well, they came from a school for military pilots, right? Eh, they seem like a ragtag bunch. Or more frickin' honestly, a damn mess. That feels true for everyone on this ship. Whoa, hey, Yaz! That actually hurts! Oh, but I didn't mean it like that. I don't like the fighting, but it's always fun here. Very artful dodge there, Az. Team Rabbits. They used to be called the Fail 5.
What are you doing here, maybe?
Introducing myself to the new crew, Jiaquan. It's this little-known ritual called Good Manners. So what's the story with that Fail 5 thing? They were infamous around the Glanzair Cosmopolitan Academy.
Glanzair?
An MJP facility in the Far East in Japan. MJP, the Military Junior Pre-Academy. Basically, boarding school for training military officers. Apparently those 5 are especially good at causing problems. The nickname Fail 5 is a school-wide meme.
You're pretty well informed about this. I guess that story wasn't exactly in their transfer files.
Of course not. I researched it independently. I have a bit of a personal interest in MJP. Why would you have a personal... There's some interesting gossip about that program, so I'm keen to get to know the students. I'm similarly interested in you, by the way. Me? You're studying Az?
Oh, maybe. I think you're heading into dangerous territory there in a couple of different ways.
We can pick this up later. Let's focus on the guests of honor, shall we?
Somehow, coming from you, that sounds a bit sinister. Captain, could you tell us about the next mission?
We've already received it. We will be heading to the Gopher sector to do recon against Wulgaru scouts at the behest of the MJP's Captain Simon. Wulgaru scouts? Oh, and that's the close. Ooh, power parts. Sionji's stomach medicine acquired. Oh, cool. The mission ace was, in fact, Asagi? Asagi, yeah. Okay. We got some bonus MXP from that, yay. We got 3,000 something. It doesn't tell me 3,000 what, but sure. Alright, cool. So, this should put us in the intermission screen. That's correct. Let's take a quick look at the world map. Oh, actually, let's save before anything else. Oh, I realized I forgot to save after I was done with my intermission work. Eh. Oh well. Yeah, let's take a quick look at the map. Ooh, we're crossing past Colony Elion all the way to the Gopher sector. Free for all.
Discord grows in the Earth sphere.
Okie doke. Well, we're not gonna head there quite yet because we have an intermission to take care of. So, righto. This is a great moment to take a break, so I'm going to take a 5-minute bio break here. I hope you guys at home do that as well. Let's see if we can do one more mission today, so it's not just a single mission up this time, yeah. But I will catch you all in just a moment. Hold on, let me just look up something first. But, there we go. Gotta review some of those secret requirements. I think something's coming up in the near future, so I'll have a quick look. Quick look. Yeah, okay, there is a secret thing we gotta do next mission. Well, we'll try to handle that. Cool. Yeah, okay, but yeah, now I'm taking a quick break. Catch you in 5 minutes, everybody. Enjoy the intermission music. And I am back. Hello, everyone. Is the stream running okay? Hold on. Sorry for the cross, but I'm gonna really quickly. Yeah, looks like it's fine. Oh, actually, I was sound was turned off, so I didn't even have to hear my stream going there. So all good. Now, yeah, everything's fine. Let's get back into it, shall we, gentlemen and ladies, and non-binary good folk. Let's upgrade our AO system. We have enough points for another upgrade. I want more MXP, and this thing equal to spaces moved times 100? Yes. Let's get that. Hey, thanks. Updates have been applied to AOS research. This will help us squeeze more out of the AOS. So we got an item called the MXP Converter, which grants MXP at the end of the map equal to spaces moves times 100. So slap that onto one of our fast boys. Let's see here. Where's the movement? Okay, like here, like look at this. Like Rose 3 has 7 movement just to begin with, and if we put a booster on it, let's see how many item spaces it's got. Like 2 spaces. So yeah, let's freaking do this. Slap on the MXP converter, and we'll take a booster from, I guess, Marbet or whoever I gave a booster to. Who did I take the booster? Yeah, Marbet I put one on. But let's take that from Marbet. There we go. Awesome. Now we have Cyanji's stomach medicine, which isn't crazy good, I don't think, but... So it gives you morale +5 and removes debuffs. I guess we can give that to somebody. Maybe... Was Purple 2 able to use items on other people's supply parts ability? I don't remember. I'll just stick those on her, I guess. Meh. Give some support from there. Yeah. Yeah, so now Rose 3, I'm gonna try and have Rose 3 move around as fast as possible. Like, as far as possible on every turn. And we're gonna make a fair amount of points. If I understood that correctly, then we're gonna make a fair amount of MXP from that. Yeah. Oh, now it's equal to spaces moves times 20. Right? I thought it says times 1,000. Huh? No, oh, times 100, sorry. It says times 100 there, but now it's times 20. That, I guess it's a spelling error, which is a little awkward. Admittedly, spaces moves times 100 does sound like a crazy amount, so... Yeah, maybe times 20 is a little more fair. But yeah, okay, cool. That's still extra MXP. And I will happy to have those. Let's level up our crew. Alright, blue one. Let's give you the full Monty of upgrades right there. Do V-dash there as well. Alright, you... Oh, no. None of those yet. Let's full selection right there. Ta-da! So everyone's on the baseline here. There we go. I mentioned this previously, but I can't get over how much this song sounds like, at times, like the Star Trek theme song. It's kind of goofy. And there we go. So armor is about 1520 on these small boys. It's 1670 on the more balanced Hückebein and 1770 on the huge Reichträger. So but it is a little bit higher than the V Gundam. So okay, but I think 1500 is on the lower end of armor then apparently. I don't know. Oh, give me a second, everybody. I'm gonna grab. Hold on. It's getting a little cold here, so. Just gonna put on my sweater. As hot-blooded as this game is, it's not keeping me warm enough without my sweater. So now, there we go. Yeah. Hoorah! Okay. Skill program. Okay, let's get some skills. K could use hit and run. I do not have nearly enough PP anymore to get... Okay then, never mind. Wow. Huh. Might want to consider an AOS update. I bet one of these is like extra PP. Here it is. No, 10% PP from destroying enemies. Okay. From personnel research. Might consider that at some point. No. But that's about it for then those. Oh, did we get any skill programs? Just like, no. Sometimes you get those as rewards. Apparently not. Okay, that's fine. And I think power parts were taken care of, so I think we are... Any new supporters? Nope. We are done with... intermission. Let's check our mission screen. Nothing here. Prerequisites. Ooh, we'll get this thing if I level up one more AOS limiter. We'll get one more onboard mission. Interesting. Wow, we've almost gotten this right here, huh? And we're making good progress already on this 300 enemies. There's just so many enemies in these games. It's all good. Yeah. Haven't used any supporter commands yet. Oh well. And that's all the ones we have. No area missions yet, like recommendations. So let's carry on, everybody. Let's head for the Gopher sector. As the Earth sphere descends into chaos, a clash of wills comes to a head on the battlefield. Estimated enemy strength is kind of low. Okay. Here we go. While we're in transit to the Gopher sector, I want to make sure our staff is clear on the current situation in space. Whoa, this setup! It reminds me of classes back at the academy. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Well, hey, we both know how boring classes are. How about we talk about the future? Just the two of us? Wow, back in Glanzer, you were allowed to hit on girls during class? No, Surika's the only idiot who would ever try. The rest of us normal students actually took our classes seriously. Huh. You look pretty happy, Uso. Well, I just never got to go to a real school, so this is all pretty new to me. Really? How'd you learn all the stuff you know then, Uso? Oh, there was a huge computer bank in my house. I learned most of it from studying it myself. Wowzers! Uso, you must be a genius! Uso's special, alright, from his studies to his mechanical skill and even his athletic ability. No, come on, I'm not that special. My mom and dad just raised me that way, that's all. Your mom and dad, huh? Izuru? Uh-oh, some family drama there? We'll have to find out. Now then, if we're all quite done with social hour, let's have the executive officer explain the state of the wider Earth sphere. Allow me, then. Huh. The XO usually comes across as a little bit spineless, but he seems pretty sure of himself today. Yeah, he's 20% more handsome than normal. Yeah, the XO was an instructor back at the military academy, so this is all old hat. As I'm sure you all are aware, Zanskare has been expanding its influence over the Earth sphere recently. Unfortunately, this has left the EFF entirely on the back foot. No real surprise, the EFF is still fighting with the Wulgaru out past Mars. Plus the forces back planetside are overloaded dealing with Hikaiju and robot criminals. Oh, that's the threats that we had on Earth. Right, I mentioned that I couldn't remember what the current threat on Earth was. That's the one. One of the most common reasons given for the weak EFF response is their constant alertness against Zeon threats. Really? I thought Neo Zeon was pretty much under control between Shard's rebellion and the Laplace's box incident.
When we say Zeon here, I don't just mean Neo Zeon, but also the Republic of Zeon. After the 1-year war, the former Principality of Zeon started to transition their government into a republic. With the fall of the Zabi family, the leaders of the Principality of Zeon, Prime Minister Darcia Bacaro, became the nation's representative, and the Earth Federation granted Zeon the right to self-govern. Under direction of Foreign Minister Monaghan Bacaro, the Republic of Zeon supported the Sleeves, remnants of Neo Zeon, during the Laplace's Box incident. Later on, a Republican squadron, under orders of Minister Monaghan, was sent to capture the Fenix. Which is a thing. We'll probably get to that at some point.
The Republic of Zeon, that's,
After the 1-year war, the Psi 3 colony where the original Principality of Zeon was based out of adopted a republican form of government.
Conversely, Neo Zeon is a purely anti-EFF organization formed from believers in the old Zabi family's philosophies. Though both use the name Zeon, in practice they're nothing alike.
Very good. Both of you are well studied, I see. As Kay just said, the Republic of Zeon and Neo Zeon are in theory separate organizations at first glance. However, there's no end to talk that the Republic backs Neo Zeon's activities.
What? So wait, the Republic's tricking the Federation while they help out terrorists? Mean cheap jerks? I understand how you feel, but that's the kind of world we live in. They're not the only problem here. The real problem is the Federation's too weak these days to step in and deal with this crap.
All of that combined is the reason why it remains important to be aware of Zeon's activities, even with Neo Zeon largely suppressed. We can't say for sure, but it's most likely that the Republic of Zeon is taking a neutral stance, letting the EFF and Zanskare soften each other up.
So there's no chance they'll align with one side or the other? I mean, two former destined rivals joining forces for a greater goal? That sounds like the plot twist from one of your manga, Izuru. Well, here's hoping reality goes as well as in fantasy. Naturally, there's no way that Zeon would ever side with the Federation, but I also couldn't ever see them choosing to accept rule under Zanskare. Why is that?
Zeon's principal belief is fundamentally the right of space noids to autonomy and self-determination. Meanwhile, Zanskare's goal is to unify humanity under Mariaism.
Okay, so I've been fuzzy on that. What is Mariaism?
Mariaism is a concept proposed by the Queen of the Zanskare Empire, Maria Pure Harmonia. Put simply, it is the belief that humanity's unceasing wars are the result of patriarchal. How the hell do you... I know patriarchy, but patriarchal? Let's go with that. Wow, I'll go brain fart on how to pronounce that. Put simply, it is the belief that humanity's unceasing wars are the result of patriarchal societal norms. Therefore, by converting to the world to a matriarchal society, it will be possible for all of humanity to achieve a peaceful way of life. At least that's the theory. Real lovely thought, right? Especially coming from a bunch of insane murderers tossing victims into guillotines. Correct. The pacifistic ideology represented by Mariaism, and the rule through fear symbolized by the guillotine. These two opposing sides of the coin clearly show the contradictions of Zanskare.
No one in their right mind would want to let a group like that rule the world.
The Ligue Militaire was formed by people who thought just that, in fact.
Huh. What's wrong? It's just, well, Izuru said fight him. By being stationed aboard this ship, we are gonna have to fight these people, right?
We're part of the GDF, which is an organization dedicated solely to opposing the Wulgaru, so, well...
None of us really imagined we'd be engaging other humans. Taking part in a real war, that is.
Nah, of course.
So you're not gonna fight, is that it? Do we owe you an answer to that?
Nope.
Then please don't try to tell us what to do. We will participate in your battles. We are soldiers, after all. Look, I agree with you, this ain't the time for humanity to be flinging hot lasers at each other. But we have a reason, a damn good reason to fight. And as long as that's true, we can't back down. Reason to fight? You don't really have a horse in this race. I get it, and I'm not gonna try to push you. But you know what? You go out on the battlefield without being totally sure of yourself, and you'll die. On the battlefield. Die? Screw a whole lot of that. A reason to fight. Maybe you're right, and we don't have one. But I don't want to die. That's right, Izuru. That's why we have to fight. Because there's no other choice. I get it, Uso. I don't like the guillotine either myself. Besides, if we're gonna fight the Wulgaru, we need to stop fighting other humans. So, what did you say? We will fight. We will fight as part of the EFF to bring war to an end. Does that sound good, everyone? Yes, that will do, at least for now.
Wow, Izuru, that's a heck of a statement, especially coming from you.
Yeah, who are you, and what did you do with Izuru? Oh, you big glory hound. I wanted to be the one with the cool line. Okay, good stuff. I'm glad to see you all have some real spirit. Don't go dying on me out there, Team Rabbits. I just realized that's really cool. We have Shrike Team and Team Rabbits, so I can see what they're doing here. They're kind of like putting these two teams kind of next to each other. That's very cute. I like that. Yes, ma'am. Now then, let me explain the Dreichträger's broad mission plan up here. While our missions against Zanskar are urgent, our top priority is to deal with a Wulgaru advance team that's entered the Earth sphere. MJP has analyzed the Wulgaru actions in the Ararat sector and determined their main force is likely stationed in the Gopher sector. So we're heading to Gopher to investigate? Correct.
However, we've noticed Zanskar units acting in the Gopher sector as well.
Wait, so... If the Dreichträger moves forward with this, we may come into contact with Zanskar. The ship is hard to miss after all. Yeah, it's what, 2 kilometers long was something I read somewhere. Like, wow. We'll be past Alert Line 1 in 2 hours. All hands remain on standby in preparation for any unexpected circumstances. Zanskar and the Wulgaru. Whichever one we meet, it's gonna be a fight, so... Oh, I wonder which one it's gonna be. Why not both? I mean, the freaking mission's called Free for All, so that might kind of tell you what's gonna happen. Yeah. Alright. Sortie with everybody. I believe that we can... Yeah, everyone's getting in. Cool. Don't have to worry about deployment limits yet. We will get there, of course. So, yeah. All units, fan out and investigate our surroundings.
Well, it's not like we found anything notable in all the areas we've checked so far.
If we don't find anything in the end, we should just be grateful we were worried over nothing. Of course, I seriously doubt we won't find anything. We've detected a unit approaching. It's Zanskar! Alright, no wasting time this time. Just straight into the fight. No wasting time, that's not fair, I'm sorry. But, you know, no preamble this time. Straight into the fight, huh?
So you come for us, huh, Zanskar?
I knew it. Still, that ain't the biggest welcoming committee I've ever seen. Pipiniden, I remember this just because that guy's name is so hilarious. Wow, okay, cool. That's really cool that he shows up in the Zanskar team. Alright. I don't remember anything he does. I think he's just a bad guy, but, you know. His name is freaking Pipiniden. Come on. So that's the Federation and League military joint unit that Chronicle failed to break. I see some unfamiliar units in their formation. They should be a worthy foe of my time. Oh, Lupe as well. Okay, I know. I remember this name as well. In fact, this one is related to the secret that I mentioned, actually, Lupe here. So yeah. Your orders, Captain? Attack immediately. Their defeat will be a good present for a young soldier like Chronicle. Perhaps he'll learn to respect his elders. Besides, with these forces, we can't possibly lose.
Captain, Zanskar looks like they're moving to engage.
Exactly as we'd expected. Then we will fight back. There's quite a few enemies. I'll run you through the basics. Oh, EXE extra count. Yeah, let's go through these as well. Why the heck not? Let's review some basics. It all starts with the basics, you see. So yeah, extra count is another thing that's kind of like the spirits, but it's based on like very few points, not like the whole tens of points that spirits are based. Every unit gains 1 EXE when they destroy an enemy unit, or like the main pilot gains a level. And oh, I didn't know this. A warship gains 1 when allies have a total of 10 score that map. I think, is that like every time we get 10, I think, or is it just the 110? I'm not sure. We'll have to pay attention, I guess. But oh, also I didn't know this. A pilot with Great Ace, a score of over 80, sorties with 1 additional. Okay, cool. You can have 10 at the most, and you can use them on extra actions, which are the regular units, and extra orders, which are the warships abilities. And I talked about these in the first video some amount, so I'm not going to return to that subject right now, but I haven't really needed to use those so far anyway, but there's something to keep in mind. All units engage at will. Be cautious, however. The enemy is making some bold maneuvers. They may have reinforcements waiting. Yeah, let's see. So, units belonging to the main pilots are usually more powerful than units piloted by grunts. Treat them with caution. We will do that. So yeah, looks like yeah, Lupe is piloting just one of these Zoloats, but yeah, she's probably, let's see, 5,300 health versus 4,800 health. Yeah, okay, so she's a little bit tougher than the regular complement of what were these guys called? Zoloats, yeah. Now this Kontio, I think, is the real challenge here. Pippiniden with over 10,000 health on him, yeah. RBO Pippiniden, look at this guy. Very, very, very nasty customer, yeah. And we remember the Kontio, remember? That was a rough one when Chronicle was piloting it. Let me take a quick look to remind myself that I'm correct. Yep, okay. Got it. Back in the action. Yeah, Lupe is gonna be the secret target here. We need to defeat Lupe with Uso to gain a secret point. And I really want to get this after we failed with what's his face? Chronicle. So I'm gonna try and do my best to take out Lupe with Uso. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 20, 160 MXP just from that one move. Feels good. Yeah. Nothing fancy here, we're just gonna do a head-on crash right into the Zanskare forces, might as well. No fancy maneuvers otherwise. Now we need to remember, yeah, if we need to take out Lupe or Pippiniden, now might be the time to remember to use that radar thing that Purple 2 is rocking. For that extra damage. Alright. Yeah, this is a very basic formation I'm doing here, but it's fine with me. Let's go. Alright, Dreistrager is kind of slow. I might want to consider getting something to speed up Dreistrager. Like maybe in the AOS, like get a AOS upgrade that focuses on that, I guess. Alright, Oh, I hit the auto button again! No! I get this wrong every time. Why am I so focused on that auto button? It's fine. I mean, I was gonna end the turn anyway, but I kind of wanted to make a safety save, you know? Oh, here come those Zanskare stringies. Yeah, cocky. I like it. Yeah, I have to say the Volgaru weren't super exciting yet as villains as well on that one fight we did yet. So, Majestic Prince seems interesting. I like the the main cast is pretty likable, I have to say. So I will probably watch an episode or two before next time to get a vibe for this series. But yeah, I'm not crazy about the Wulgaru just yet, but we barely got anything out of them yet, so we'll see where that whole business goes. It's those really alien designs that sometimes, you know, enemies have in, like, these series that are kind of like, I don't know if I'm crazy about these designs. I guess their mobile weapons were pretty cool, yeah. Those big golem-looking guys. Nice shot. Ooh, wow, these are still really hard to hit, the Majestic Prince units. Wow, look, 0% chance here. Clean. What's the size of these units, by the way? I completely forgot to check. So I have an idea in my mind of what these, like, engagements are like. How huge are the Majestic Prince robots? They're medium, except for Rose 3. So they're about Gundam-sized, I guess. That's a really... I really like that animation, as over the top as it is. Wow. Put a couple of slices in this guy. I feel like it does rather little damage for how over the top that animation is, but whatevs. Alright, photon rifle for our main hero here. Hasn't been a huge part of the plot yet. I guess it sometimes goes like that with these Super Robot Wars, but I'm sure we'll get there. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, alright. Yeah. We're getting work done on these Zanskare bots. Okay. I can't quite reach... Oh, everyone's accelerating. So Lupe, I think, is the one that's right next to Pippiniden, I think. All units, be alert! Something's approaching! Oh no! It's Neo Zeon remnants! They're preparing to attack! Looks like we have a three-way brawl on our hands. I was expecting the Wulgaru to show up, you know? Like, this chapter to be like, or this mission to be like, you know, like both of the enemies we've been fighting. I was not expecting... I guess I should have realized when they were, like, talking about Neo Zeon so much. Holy moly. It looked like a pair of Gyara Zulus, and I think, were they Zissas, were those couple others? Didn't have time to see properly what those were. Oh! Neo Zeon seems to be solely targeting our forces. What the heck? Hey, didn't we just have a lecture about how Zeon and Zanskare couldn't get along? Oh no, that's not a Zissa, that's oh, that's a Gyara Doga, I think. Oh no! Complaining about the lecture won't change anything right now. They're working together now, and we have to deal with that fact. Exactly as calculated. Now we can simply overpower them. Oh, they've got the numbers. They've got the initiative too. We're gonna be overwhelmed. Damn it. If we could at least buy a little time. Everyone, fall back! Now! Whoa, that was one big beam! Oh, enemy units approaching! What? What was that? Is that a Gundam? It's got a similar head. I have a match in our database with a quasi-Psycom-equipped test unit produced by Anaheim Electronics Company. Oh shit, what? Whoa, what is this music? And what is this unit? What? That unit appears to be a variation of the match, the Silver Bullet. Oh shit! I can't be sure though. It's not broadcasting an IFF signal. Holy moly, if this is the unit I think it is, oh my god, this shit got like so real all of a sudden. Looks like it's fighting the Neo Zeon forces. It's an ally! It's an ally! I think Haro's right, but I'm not sure. I don't know what pit you dragged yourself out of, but your last moments will be regret for daring to strike Arby or Pippiniden. Captain, the silver bullet is not responding to our attempts to communicate. All units, engage Neo Zeon and Sandscare, and keep an eye on that silver bullet. Oh shit! I think this character is who I think it is. Oh, running into a situation like this must be all part of its plan. I can't fire the beam magnet again, not with this thing like it is. But I also can't just turn around and ignore this. I've got to stop this before the worst she feared actually happens. Oh my god, they're keeping it a secret who this character is, and that's so cool. Do we get to play with the silver bullet? Oh, first one thing, gonna drag it out a little quick. Because I was like, what was the size of this thing again? Oh, I hate when they don't tell you the size of these. Why? Some of them they just don't give you stats on how big the robots are in these games. Ah, I hate when that happens. That's too bad. I bet the freaking silver bullet's gonna have it. Ooh. Just big question marks all around. That means, okay, never mind. We're not gonna find it out yet because we can't look up. But can we can play with this thing. Oh, that's sick. Okay, well, we gotta at least see what's its, yeah, what its things are. So, no active abilities. New type, support attack, enhance attack, support defense, save bullets. Nice, nice, nice. Starts with a score of 2. This mystery pilot. I think it should be a lot bigger, honestly. Taking a drink here. Alright, so this is... Alright, cool. Oh, yeah, it's got the beam magnum there, but yeah, like the pilot said, they can't use it again. Beam magnum's pretty chunky weapon, so I guess we're just gonna have to go with the Vulcan Cannon and Beam Saber. That's fine. Now then, let's see. So Lupe, I think, is this one. Yeah. Okay. Where is Uso? Is here. Uso is not gonna get into range to kill Lupe this turn, but we can get a kill for Uso anyway, just like, you know, just to, like, you know, keep us, you know, grind those kills for Uso, like I said, that we're gonna need for a certain other secret later on, so let's do that. Alright, come on, come on. Damn, yeah. Big old crit on top of everything else. Nice. I really don't think we're gonna kill Lupe this turn. So like, I think we can let Uso be for now. Like, we can get in with 30 here, the Hukabine, to at least start damaging her. Although I could probably go for Pippiniden even, actually, but oh well. Alright, so nothing we can really do here. I guess I could sit my ass and wait to see if we get... Oh yeah, let's check out these enemies, by the way. What are we rocking here? Is that a Gyaradoga? It is a Gyaradoga. Oh no. It's pretty rough. Beam machine gun, beam sword axe. Oof. Look at this bad boy. And then these ones, even worse. Gyara-Zulus. Oh boy. Yeah. Actually, are they even worse? Hold on, what are the stats? They're about on par, actually. I'm pretty sure the Gyara-Zulu is supposed to be a more advanced version of the Gyaradoga. So, they got a little bit more health. I guess. Yeah, I guess I can have... Yeah, I could have Suruga sit here since he can't attack yet. Just hold position. I could use a snipe to get a shot in, but maybe that's a little overkill. We're not in any hurry, I don't think, so we'll let that be. Let's see what happens when I send in our mystery hero here. Oh, boy. Like I said, I haven't really watched Narrative Gundam yet, but I have read up on Narrative Gundam, and this robot in particular. I really hope this robot gets a Master Grade 1:100 scale miniature at some point. The war between the EFF and Zanskar is only spreading. Maybe we ultimately can't do anything to fight the flow of history. But, even so, I'll fight anyway! So this must be Narrative Gundam music. It's pretty cool. What?! Those moves can't be. That's so cool. That attack was awesome too. That sneak attack was funny. Damn. Yeah, I'm so hyped for this robot here now. Alright, Kay. Kay had the... Oh, but she does have a... She is in range for a range attack. I was gonna say, she has like an attack she can use after moving as well. Well, this Zoloat can't counter, so we'll just put a bullet in it. Okay, come on. So this wouldn't kill normally. Let's see if we get a crit, if that might be enough. You never know. Nah. We probably would have won with a crit, but it's no big deal. Nah, don't worry about it, buddy. You'll get your chance. Maybe. I really need to get a hit and run for K. I don't like sniper units who don't have that and are left behind. Alright. Oh, I guess just push in. That's how I like to play Super Robot Wars, just push in on enemies, and we'll deal with these stragglers when, like, enemy turn comes up, you know? It usually goes okay. We'll see how this goes. Alright. Huge beam attack. Grrr. And here come those strings. I think we had a pretty good chance of dodging, but never say never. Well, now we can say never. Yeah. Not sure how those beam strings function exactly, but I'm sure they must be pretty awful. Alright. Alright, I guess we can move into soften Lupe up here. Yeah. This probably won't kill Lupe, right? No, but our chances of missing are fairly big. What's any... I guess I'll sit out on... I think I'll sit out on, like, using any, like... spirits for now. Gotta remember, I've got that supporter ability, so... Nothing scary, I don't know. Who is Tamaki's voice actor? I'm gonna have to check this real quick. I've definitely heard that voice actor before. Nice, yeah, Lupe is taking a beating. Wow. Yikes! Opening up with that rifle. No problem. Ah. That's what I like so much about these Majestic Prince guys, is that they all pop in to, like, compliment each other like that. It's really nice. Okay, now I don't want to go in on the kill on Lupe, since, as I mentioned, I gotta save it for Uso next turn. So instead, I don't know, so what, don't have the Shrike Team Assault yet. Just the Beam Saber, so, By the way, I forgot to move my entire distance with Tamaki, right? So I'm not getting as much MXP. Whoops. I totally did that, didn't I? Yups. 185.5, 859. Lupe, let's ignore her for now. Yeah, let's just go in here. We should get a shoot down with this. Yeah. Strike team, represent. Yeah, nice. Nice, quick, easy kill. Good jab. All right. Oh, let's have yeah, blue one go in with the gun halberd. Oh, gun halberd doesn't have... Right, gun halberd only has so much range. Okay. Would the shoulder impact cannon would be enough to kill, so let's actually use that. 1778 or 1859. Let's just make this guy big vernier thruster spin and fire in on this dude as we fly past him. Yeah. Alright, doing good with that score. Meanwhile, on this flank, oh boy. Oh geez. So the Zoloats only have 4,800 health, which is on par with the Gyaradogas, but then there's these Zulus. Can I get in on this? I can. Let's go bother these Gyara Zulus. Oh, we can do Strike Team Assault. Wow. How did we get that already? I don't know, but yeah, let's introduce the Shrike team to Neo Zeon here. Very cool stuff. Oh, that's so cool. I love whenever there's like unique dialogue for different series that they recorded for these games. I think it's so neat. You know, we just heard Tamaki mock Zanskare a second ago. So, you know, energy like that. I love it. I also love Shrike Team just cleaning house. Alright, bring it. Oh shit. I think it's hilarious that the gun they have just looks like a freaking AK. Even though it's a beam gun, but like, you know, I think it's so silly. Alright. Only one we can kill is this guy who's almost dead. Unless... Do we have... Nope, we don't have our big gun yet, so... That's fine. We'll just... get in there and... sword counter. I didn't use the weaker weapon because I do want to, like, stay mobile, so... We'll just use our sword. It's overkill for sure, but... I'd rather, you know, keep up close to the enemy, the next enemy, so I'll just use this to, like, move ahead. And this guy is sliced. Yeah, that poor guy was really low on health, so yeah. Alright, then it's just a Hukabine, and now things get interesting, because I'm going after Pippiniden here. Or no, I could use my Photon Rifle, I guess. Oh no, my Leaf Slasher's ready. Alright. Oh no, those odds. Gonna use some intuition here for this opening salvo. But yeah, okay, no surprises. Pippiniden's stats are pretty hot. A new model Federation machine. You've come all the way up to space to be my prey, have you? You think the whole galaxy spins around you, don't you? I hate the way you talk. Here we go, here we go. Let's see how much my chakram does. Suck on it. Okay. Would have expected a little bit more, because, you know, these Zanscare mobile suits, I don't think they're super chonky robots, but... Oh, cool, that was nice. The game was nice enough to pronounce the Hukebein 30's name, so we know it's Hukebein 30 and not Hukebein 30, as I have been speculating. Let's just push in, I guess. I don't know. We'll probably be able to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, we'll be able to snipe that guy. I'm not sure if we're going to snipe anybody with Suruga, unfortunately. I'm not actually sure now. But, yeah, that's end phase. Let's see what happens with this combined Zanscare Neo Zeon front. Oh, no, going for K. Ah, but this... Gyaradoga's on fumes, so... We should get this. Man, K. I wouldn't have not expected K to, like, dominate the kills, but it's happening. Alright. Basic attack, but probably plug a few holes. Oh, nice! Critical, even. Whew. One of these big boys down. Yikes. Oh, nice. The mystery pilot's gonna defend us if we get hit. Okay. Now I'm actually almost a little bit hoping we will get hit. Let's see what that looks like. Alright. Oh, we got it! Cool! Man, the sprite for that robot, the silver bullet, supposedly, it's so fucking cool. I love it. I really, really hope that gets a 1x100 Master Grade figure at some point. And I hope, like, they'll be available to purchase, too. There's a global Gundam shortage right now, you know? Okay. Vulcan cannons on the go. Is it really the Republic of Zeon pulling the strings of these foes? If it is, then I will oppose anything that would make her hurt, that would make her sad. Bring it. Oh, actually, don't bring it, because that gun's huge. Phew. Right, now do we get the silly animation again? Let's see. Oh no, we got the Vulcan, never mind. I'm sorry, right, we attacked with Vulcan, not with the Beam Saber. That Beam Saber at this animation was really funny, but okay. Huh, it's a Gyara Zulu down. Alright then. Get in there. Uh-oh. It's gonna be Axe vs. Saber. So it was actually pretty good of me to park Junko next to the mystery pilot, huh? The defend came in handy. Alright, that's the Neo Zeon forces. Now let's see what happens when Zanscare pushes on us. Not too many units on them either. Like this mission... Well, I shouldn't say anything yet because we have to deal with Pip and Eden, but... What a burn. Oh, that was a cool cut in. Hey, I like it. Stab. Alright. Ooh. Oh, nice. We're going to be able to shoot this guy down with our photon rifle. Let's do it. We need some kills for Oz as well. I'm not sure if this thing's a secret or not. I wasn't 100% sure, but there was something that required kills for Oz and Mitsuba, so we'll do these as well. Come on. Take it. Kasunk. Alright, now, yeah, so here's the thing. We could take Lupe out with Oz. But because we need to do it with Uso, we're just gonna tank this shot. Let's turn. I don't need to see the animation for this, I guess. Let's see. Oh, took the hit. Oh god, that actually hurt a lot. Yikes. Uh-oh. Kontio with the beam rifle. What can I do here? Let's just... Again, let's just block this shot. Let's see what happens. Oh, lucky. Lucky miss. So it goes. Okay, well, let's, I guess, safety save again? I don't know. Now let's see if this smart gun is enough to put Lupe down. It is, but Uso's stats again. This focus isn't enough. I don't think. I won't be satisfied with just the focus. So now at last we're gonna get one supporter thing on the board. Come on, supporters, here you come. Cool. That was a neat little thing. Okay, yeah, because the ones I've played haven't really had that system. There was a commander system in Super Robot Wars UX and BX. I've played those, but it wasn't like this supporter thing, this. I think it started with the previous entry, Super Robot Wars T, I think. I don't know. Anyway, alright, Lupe, let's go. Oh, I forgot to put the animation back on. See, this is why I don't like turning off animations. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's keep this position. Dang it, I forgot to turn on the animation. Hey, an analyze for Haro. Tch! You're better than I'd given you credit for. I'll remember this defeat, you gigantic Federation battleship. You'll pay for it. Huh, weird. I thought that would have like something a little more oomph to it, given that it was supposed to be a secret requirement. Did I read this right? It does say defeat Lupe with Uso here, so... Okay, it just was one of those, like, things where you barely even realize something happened, I guess. Okay, okay, sometimes it do be like that. Oh. Put down my chat for a second there. There haven't been any comments yet, but that's fine. There'll be time for comments still. Well, I could have used this to guarantee that I could beat Lupe, but nah, it's all good. Any enemies I could reach with my gun. It's 3 range. I can't actually reach anybody this turn with this, so no. Let's let K sit there again, so I can consider that if we find. If we need to move to, like, resupply somebody, we can do that with K towards the end. So we'll just do that. Dreisträger, I guess I could have let that sit as well, but at least, like, you know, Dreisträger has this commander aura that doesn't reach anybody at the moment. Okay. Alright, mystery robot. Got a couple of targets here. 2690, 2581, so let's go after that Giara Zulu. Ooh. Gonna get a kill for our mystery pilot. No, I forgot to turn it on again! Ugh. Now I got to miss the funny stab animation. Well, let's at least try to remember here, because now we're gonna put some bullets in. This robot right here. Alright, animation on. There we go. Open fire. Good shot. Sugaru. Sugaru was... What was his name? Sorry, I'm really sorry because I'm not that familiar with Majestic Prince yet, so I'm like completely blanking out on some of these names here. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, nice. We get some of our big gun shots into Pippiniden from that position. Well, there's only 2 enemies left. Sure looks like that. Okay. So, let's let the Shrike team clean things up here, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. Because Shrike team is cool. Yeah. All right. And the finish. Oh, wow. A little overkill, maybe. No worries. It was sick. Well, that's Neo Zeon done, apparently. Okay, I thought we'd get something from that, from defeating Neo Zeon, but no. Okay. Ooh, can't reach with our overhand cannon. Suppose I can't reach with my gun either. Nope. Actually, Vulcan is a really good idea to bring down Pippiniden's mobility. If I can land a hit on him. Should I... Oh gosh. Should I have used my supporter skill here? Apparently it's also on, so you can only use it once per turn, maybe? I don't know. So we're just gonna have to luck this. Alright, we'll see how this goes. But remember, he's gonna be tough, so... Okay. Hope for the best. Not really the best, that right there. I hoped for it, but we didn't get it. Yeah. Okay, well, beam rifle's not as bad as those scissors. Ah! Oh! Oh, rough. This is gonna be a fight. Okay. I can't even reach him with Red 5 here. Oh, I was looking at the wrong unit. Whoopsie. Is this any... No, this is just an attack. Okay. Alright, time for that focus. There we go. That's more like it. Pretty good stats on these Majestic Prince units. Yeah, look at that. Another, like, cross-franchise little voiced line there. Very cool. I love to see it. And hear it. Alright, we're plugging away at him. Good, good. Another member of the Shrike team moving in. Nothing again we can really help with these stats, and this shot claw's gonna hurt a ton. I'm gonna risk it anyway. We'll figure something out if we can't beat him this turn. Open up! Fire! Nice! Got a hit in. Unload on this sucker! Yeah! Hey, we might actually get this guy this turn. But this is gonna hurt like a mother. Oh no! Oh! What? Oh! Lucky, lucky, lucky! Oh yeah, of course. We also need to get those MXPs. We gotta move around. We gotta hustle. So is it 4 square? Oh gosh, we're losing a few points again, but whatevs. This is the weird thing, the charge. Use any weapon after moving, but like the main like charge is already after moving, so like I don't know. Like, maybe she gets like a new attack later on that's like a stationary attack. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what happens here. Right, come on. Lasers, lasers, lasers! Oh, we got him! Here comes the big load. Wham! Not quite enough to kill. Again, boss, so pretty good defense on Pippin Eden. Oh, he's coming in with his own shots. Oh, lucky, lucky, lucky. Ah, sneaky grin. Yeah. Alright, now can we put the button on this? Only 69% to hit. Not enough points for intuition, so... Same with this. I think... Well, hold on. If I go right in his face, I think it should be a little bit higher. 75%, yeah. It is range dependent, distance dependent. So I guess... We see if we can take Pippin Eden down on this turn. Not necessarily, but with a little bit of luck, it'll happen. Yeah, there we go. Ka-slice. Oh no, my robot's blowing up. Feels good. Hey, a repair kit. Yay. Duh, what a failure. However, you'll find our Pippin Eden, he's dropped the eye there, is not unprepared for worst case scenarios. Right, we're not done. There are even more baddies! Well, we've only got one choice. Fight through every last one of them. Wait, hold on. More contacts are inbound from a different direction. Oh no. The Wulgaru! Check that out! That's a real big one they've got with them. Captain! Yes, if they have a warship, that must mean this is the main force of that advanced team from before. Now the cursed aliens who've been obliterating our forces in the area show up. Zanskir Captain! This is Commander Mitsuba Grey Valley of the Earth Federation Forces, Captain of the Dreichträger. As you are surely aware, the Wulgaru are the enemy of all humanity. I propose we cease fire and fight them together. L3 is Federation territory. You should fight your own battles yourself. Oh, you! Zanskir's retreating. He doesn't get it at all, does he? Captain, your orders? So be it. We have to do this with or without him. Not because this is Federation space, but for the survival of all humanity. Roger that, ma'am. That sent shivers down my spine. Now we're really talking. Silver Bullet Pilot, are you in agreement? Yes. He's kind of unfriendly, but at least he isn't a terrible person. Just like you, Oz! Just like you, Oz! Uso, keep Haro quiet, or else. All units, commence the attack! We will destroy this Wulgaru advance team here and now. We won't let them get an inch closer. Alright, so there they are. Oh, that's cool, everybody just turned to face them. That's kind of neat. There's no fighters here either, it's just those, mobile weapons now, those big boys. And then whatever this Manta Ray is, warship. Ooh, it is actually a really Manta Ray-ish. Again, just has a beam attack. Alright. How big are these fellas? Oh, they don't give us any... That's odd. We don't get any, like, stats on them. Very odd. Okay, well, Pippin Eden's down at least, so we don't have to worry about that. And looks like I was able to, like, you know, keep my supplies up fairly well in that fight. I think we're still good to go against this Wulgaru wave. So, yeah, I suspect that they might show up, but I wasn't... I was a little premature with those Zeon guys, so... Here we go! Okay, the warship's just holding position. Right, these guys don't have attacks that they can use after moving, so it's just a fur ball with them. Alright, alright. Oh, could I have you moved K next to somebody to resupply? It's not that important. Oof, look at that Marbet there. Kind of hurting. Wait, what? Why can't I? Oh, no, it's that square. Okay, I was like, I want to board the Dreichträger, but no. We can board the Dreichträger. Oh, wait, there's a guy right there. Can I attack him from this range? I can! Alright, never mind. Wait, is this Uso? Oh, should I be waiting for Uso to, like, get some kill grinds again? Let's let Uso sit for a bit. Although, I don't think... his only attack's the Vulcan, which does very little damage. Well, we'll sit on it anyway. Over here, we can attack this guy who's trying to flank K. And K is pretty dang tough, so... Oops, animation off. No. This is fun. This fight, like getting, like, everybody we've been fighting so far. And freaking Neo Zeon on top. Yeah. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nah, 0%, haha. Yeah. I'm confused how Team Rabbids is apparently a team of screw-ups. They're like really strong units. Hey, look, the Dreichträger gets to attack. We didn't have a chance last time. Now it's go time. Let's see. Uh-oh, this is gonna kill this guy, so sorry, Uso. Well, it's entirely possible that it misses, if I save my points for now. Might as well get some kills for Mitsuba, too. Alright, here come the cannons. See what happens. Cool. Nerds! Oh well. Can't lose for trying. It's fine. Well then, let's instead go chuck a leap slasher in one of these guys' faces. Kinda like this. I guess? Sure. Oh yeah, we took a bit of a bump earlier. I just noticed our hit points over there are a little low. That's fine. Woo! Leap Slasher, big damage. Little zappy zappy attacks. Nope. Good stuff. Okay. Alright, let's move in here. Oh, right, it's got 4 range. Okay. Which means we're getting all of that sweet MXP. And also blowing a big old hole in the enemy. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, I forgot to check. Is this an instant kill? This, I don't remember. One-shot kill? I don't think it's gonna be. But we'll see. In like a lion? What is this? I'm gonna have to look up what a Shiokara is. I'm very, very, very perplexed right now. Apparently it's very powerful though. Look at that. Wow. Alright. You know, not a single one of our Majestic Prince units has been hit yet, a single time. I just realized that. Over these 2 missions, we've been so freaking good at that, avoiding attacks, that, wow. Just realized now, it's really funny. Alright, strike team. Strike 'em up. Alright, not enough to kill, that's good, but might be enough to leave a sliver of health so that Uso can swing in for that follow-up. So let's go. I don't know about that. These are really weird enemies, these Wulgaru. Alright. Bazookas! Okay, Uso is probably not going to be able to kill with Vulcans on an enemy with that much health. Oh, I just realized though, but Uso's probably got enough. Now it's time to use some EXC, yeah? Oh yeah. Hold on, right here. Yeah, now's the time. Beam Saber will do it. There we go. Yeah, I figured Vulcan's not enough. Vulcans are kind of very low damage. We're lucky to break 1,000 with them. Yeah. Another one for our Wunderkind here. Okay, after that, let's let Marbet keep her distance. Except this guy's right here. Ooh, but can't hit Marbet, so let's take the shot with that Beam Smart Gun. Anything else I want to do? No, I don't think. I think that's a fine plan. Let's do it. Beam Smart Gun. Fire! Ooh, half on energy. Oh well. Big gun. Yeah, Wulgaru, we're not ready for this nonsense right here. Oh, wow! That was a lot of damage. It almost got this guy. Aw, don't put yourself down like that, Marbet. Aw. Alright, Salt Blade is online, but we don't really need it for these peeps we've been mauling here. Wow, we cleaned up these Wulgaru pretty damn well. Let's flank over here, I guess. There we go. There you go. I can't get over that tokusatsu explosion there. Brrr. Got him. Right, so yeah, these two are almost dead. That guy's pretty well beat up too. This guy's still in running shape, and then how much health? It's got 1200 hit points. Actually less than Pippin Eden had, so I was expecting more from a capital ship, but sure. Alright. Bring it on. Alien horrors. That's right. Okay, now the warship's moving in as well. Damn, a kill for Connie? Okay. If we can land this shot, that is. We'll see what happens. Ooh. It's the first time a Wulgaru's hit anybody, I think, actually. Or did the fighters manage to hit somebody? The little Wulgaru fighters? I can't remember anymore. Nope, well, at least I returned a favor, so, uh-huh. Uh-oh. Going after Tamaki. Hey, we've never seen the missile attack. Let's see how that goes. I mean, it's probably not going to be anything crazy. It's just going to be a bunch of missiles, but, you know. Nice. Big old missile pods. Love it. Clean kill. Alright. Not enough to kill, apparently, with this. Okay, but that's fine. Yeah, I guess Kay... I'm surprised Kay has killed as many enemies as she has. She seems like such a support unit, but... Sure. I forgot that that's how she's in the ship. I forgot. It looks super uncomfortable still. Oh, hey, lucky crit! Got that kill anyway. So it goes. Bye-bye. That's good to remember once we're being attacked by enemies as well. To like be, even if it says the enemy doesn't kill, like be careful, be mindful of crits. You know. Okay. Another kill for Uso. You think we should grind up? I don't know. Here comes the silver bullet. Not reaching from this distance, and Reichträger can't hit from this far. Ooh, let's pick up the silver bullet in our ship. Hold on, can... Uso's pretty damn tough. Can a beam sharp smart gun? Not kill yet. But that's why we got our sniper here to get some work in. Yeah, we finally got that big gun ready to go. Alright, slide that head. I love it. Doink. Nice, alright. And now, freaking Uso, after that sniper support, goes in for the kill. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, I was like, is it gonna attack? Nah. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. There's that beam saber. This does end up favoring certain pilots, of course, like Uso's getting a big heaping helping of XP and stuff as I do this, but like, I can have him take a rest on a bench once we have all the kills we need. Yeah, level 6, man. Uso is taking the lead here. Yeah. Now we gotta worry about this battleship here. That's everybody else, right? Yeah, alright. Not a lot of K is gonna be doing. From there, we could use the recon thing, I guess. Don't think the warship's gonna need much, Oh, warship's gonna shoot us down if it lands a hit. Yeah, but I don't think we're gonna need much mobility down on a warship, but I guess for Hexies we'll do it, just to pile that damage in. But fire! Yeah, about what I expected. Alright, here comes the Manta Ray. Oh, spooky. I don't think so. I believe what's going on here, of course, is one of those abilities that I talked about. Potential is active. So, yeah. Hit and evasion rates, critical rate, and defense go up as your HP decreases when you have this ability. So, yeah, like, because her HP is so low, now she is very, very good at dodging attacks and landing hits of her own. So that's very useful. Of course, enemies have that same ability, and that's going to be a problem later. You know, bosses are going to be utilizing that ability. But it's just what we got to deal with. Alright. Open fire! Come on. Big damage, big damage. Yeah, that's pretty good damage, actually. Look at that. A couple more like those and we got this thing sunk. Just gotta survive these. Let's see what happens. Ooh, lucky, lucky, lucky. Okay, everyone's moved in from here. No. Shrike team is getting their work in today. It's fine with me. It's pretty nifty. Ooh, might take a hit from this. Oh gosh, and remember what I said about critical might kill us. That might happen here. That's why I'm gonna do a trust on myself like this. I didn't fancy my chances of surviving if I got a crit from this thing's attack, so we're just gonna do that to hedge our bets. It's entirely possible we're not even gonna get hit, but again, 25% scares me in a game like this, so... Hooah! Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I think we got this ship this turn. Awesome. Whew, alright, see, lucky, but like, you know, paid to be careful still. All that said. Here comes my big-ass sword. Not enough to kill, but maybe a crit will kill. We'll see. The mid-sized enemy warship looks to be the core of the Wolgaru line. Mid-sized? So they come even bigger than this thing? Huh, no complaints from me. I don't even need to aim to hit this thing. Don't charge in too far, Izuru, Tamaki. One solid hit from that ship's guns could take you out for good. Roger that, but the only real chance we've got is to try to get close on a blind spot anyway. Let's do it, everyone! Let's kick the Wolgaru out of the Earth sphere! Oh, so was that the first time I guess we attacked the warship with one of our Majestic Prince units? I guess so. Good stuff, good stuff. Wait! Slice! And a couple more, too, where that came from. Okay, not quite there yet. Crit would have been enough, I think. Yeah. No problemo. Alright, this should end it. Let's get those maximum points, of course. With our MXP. We got quite a bit, I think, after all the squares we ran around today. So I think that was a really good idea for me to get that item today. Like, as soon as I could. Interested to see how much we end up with in the end of those MXPs. Yeah, you're not dodging all that fire, you big blob. Yeah. That's how you blow up a warship. Just drive through it. Ah, sick. I love it. Victory! All Wulgaru units have been destroyed. Man, their machines sure do explode good, huh?
Yeah, and thanks to that, it's almost impossible to get any data on our enemy.
Oh, not gonna stick around? You're leaving, right? Thank you very much. We might not have survived without you. I don't know, once again, like that Neo Zeon group wasn't too bad. Would you be willing to tell us what organization you're with, Silver Bullet? I can't say anything. Ideally, I'd ask that you just forget you ever saw me.
Who was that? For that matter, what was that all about?
Whoever he was, he's a good person. How can you be sure, Uso? I just can. Well, Uso's usually right about this sort of thing. What's that mean, boss? That boy feels things so directly, so purely. I'm sure whoever that guy was, he must have been a little like our Uso. That makes zero sense. That isn't even the problem. The real problem is Zanskare and the Neo Zeon remnants are actually working together.
Captain.
I'll report to Commodore Fikes about today's events, including about the Wulgaru. However, I'll keep the Silver Bullet's involvement hidden.
Are you sure about that?
It's the one way we can show our appreciation. Captain? I'm a human being before I'm a soldier, that's all. Of course, this is all assuming that whatever organization he's with is not an enemy of ours, or of humanity.
Understood.
Besides, to fight our host of enemies, we will need more allies, more forces. We need more units? Are you crazy? We're already so strong. Therefore... What? 3 hours is really starting to wear on the throat, doesn't it? I've enjoyed it so far, but yeah, we're gonna have to close up after this mission. My voice is about to give in. I've reported to Commodore Fikes about Zanskare and the Neo Zeon remnants, as well as our destruction of the Wulgaru advance team.
Will we be continuing to patrol L3 for the time being?
No, the Dreistrager has been given a new mission. Are you done talking with Commodore Fikes? Az.
You shouldn't be up here, Az. No one's allowed on the bridge without authorization.
Oh, sorry, I wanted to thank him for letting me be on the ship. You wanted to meet Commodore Fikes? Yeah. Sorry, but the meeting ended a little while ago. Then could you at least tell me our next mission? Alright, I'll tell you and the bridge crew together. The Dreistrager's jurisdiction has been expanded starting today. We can now carry out operations anywhere within the Earth sphere.
So we're officially an independent force of the EFF now.
Correct. We are formally operating as the Independent Corps Dreikreuz. Dreikreuz? German, right? For 3 crosses. Our journey began at Military Academy 30. In Roman numerals XXX. 3 crosses, which also represent the 3 intersections we stand for. Between the military and civilians, the Earth and space, and the past and the future. At least that's my proposal as captain, but if someone else has an idea, I'm open to it. Let's go with Dreikreuz. I'm fine with that name. Sick. Conveniently, we have a robot with 3 crosses on the name, so... Squad name will be set as Dreikreuz. Okay to proceed? Very well. We'll be known as the Dreikreuz from here on out. The Dreikreuz will, from this point forward, commence operations with unlimited jurisdiction. That sounds a little alarming, but... So, what is our mission exactly? We'll start by heading to one of the targets Commodore Fikes has identified. He also suggested going to the orbit base and using it to descend down onto the Earth's surface. I intend to try to gather forces from the surface when we do so, in order to help fight the foes we face up here, like Zanskare. And that's going to lead to world peace? Az! I need to know, Captain. If we keep fighting like this, will we eventually achieve peace?
Az, that's a little broader than how strategy usually works.
I'm asking the Captain.
Sorry.
Please tell me, Captain. At the end of the day, what are we fighting for? Okay, Az. I'll tell you what I think we need to do to achieve world peace. What our goal is, what we are working toward, is the unification of Earth.
The unification?
Of Earth! Does that mean fighting every single enemy? Exactly! Unification means the whole world working as one. If anyone stands in the way of peace, we'll fight anyone we need to, even if we have to go to war with major political powers. I believe that right now, that is the duty of those who wield power. All right. Captain Mitsuba, I'll join you in the fight for that dream. Az. I won't hesitate. I'll be a proud member of the Dreikreuz. Thank you, Az.
Well then, Captain. Your orders.
Right. Well then, with that out of the way, the Dreikreuz will start operating under the Earth Unification Proclamation. The UIP, if you shorten it to letters.
Aye aye, Captain.
Now we can finally begin our grand mission in earnest, fighting as hard as we can for the dream of world peace. Well, hot damn, that's dramatic. You can change your squad name during the intermission under system. Oh, that's kind, letting us change it if we want to. A thruster module, cool. Yeah, the mission ace was of course Uso, who I finally started to really grind those kills with, so yay. Let's see, bonus MXP is 935, nice. 740 from the MXP converter, 95 from our supporter command effect, and the AOS update provided another 100, so yeah, clean. And then, is that MXP, that 3000? I don't know. But in any case, good stuff.
Uh-oh. Having expanded its scope of activity to the entire Earth sphere, the Dreisträger sets out for its next battlefield. And they know full well that war is spreading far and wide across the Earth sphere. Apparently so, that looked pretty dramatic, whatever's going on in the background there.
Hey, alright everybody. Let's take a quick sneak peek, or let's save the game. Multiple new onboard missions, well hot damn. Let's take a sneak peek at what to expect next time. The Gopher section we have... some DLC stuff. And, ooh. Also, I believe a DLC thingy right here. Well, well, well. And our onboard missions. This is, so I have in fact purchased the couple of DLCs available for this game, which provides, I don't know, it feels like it provides an unfair advantage, because it's just more units into your amazing army of robots. Like, I don't know if we need more and more, but here we go. Here's one new one, it's gonna be right here. Oh man, it's been a little, you know, linear so far, but now, choices abound, don't they? Oh, including, ooh. Searching for relics of ancient civilizations. 19 million copies sold! My god! Apparently that's is that a key mission? Like, do we have to go do that? I don't know. Let's go to our mission screen. Oh no, there's an area mission. Why did I not see this on the map? What are all of these? Interesting. Ah, DLC and extra. So yeah, I wonder what that star means to the left there. Anyway, let's check. No prerequisites. Oh. Now, why don't I get to see those anywhere? Like, am I just blind? Because it says there's only 4 area missions. Oh, what's this area move? I see! Look at this! Good heavens! What's going on, like, at the moon, for example? Oh my gosh! So much. What's this relic business now? Oh my gosh! Moving to L5. Let's just make a quick circuit around the world. Another DLC thingy is right here. Oh, is this DLC? Let's go to our mission screen. I'm very confused now. Yeah, no, these are all like in different sectors. Right. That's wow. That you know what that felt like? That felt like, you know, in back when what's the producer of SimCity and Spore? It's not Will Wright, is it? I think it's Will Wright. Whatever the guys. Remember when the very first Spore presentation, when like he's like showing the planetary map and then he pulls out to the like stellar system map? If you remember, and then eventually, like, he pulls out to the star map. That's what it felt like right now when I like when I was like, oh my god, there's so many areas we can go to. Well, we're gonna be very busy with a lot of side stuff next time, aren't we? Because holy moly. Ah, Spirit of Steel. If that is the robot I think it is, I am gonna be so jazzed. I'm gonna be so jazzed. Didarion, that we already saw in that one thing. Okay, cool. That's fine with me. If that Spirit of Steel is what I think it is. Oh, baby! But hey, look, we gotta close for today. It's been excellent. It's been real, guys. I love it. This game's great. Now that it's opening up with all this crazy side stuff, I'm so excited to start to get into some of those. I don't know about those relic things. I'm not sure what those are about. There seem to be tons of those everywhere, but I might do a little bit of research off screen, as it were, a little bit into what's going on here. But this was great. Thanks everyone for joining. I don't know if I can do this super regularly. Can I do another Super Robot Sunday next Sunday? I'll try, but I would like to do this at least semi-regularly so we could, like, enjoy this game to its fullest, yes. So, I will be getting back to this sooner rather than later. Now I gotta close off for today, so thank you everybody and catch you in the future. Bye-bye!